Okay,
Certainly are,
live
honey. Whatever you
and
say.
Yes.
hold on. I think I'm. How much of a delay does Twitter have? I mean, okay, there we go. We
Like 10 to
are.
15.
YouTube, it is a long ass time.
Yeah,
It's like
we are
20 to
going
30
live in
seconds.
three, two, one.
Well,
Oh my God. Copyright music. Jesus Christ.
How'd y'all like that intro? Is that better? Did y'all hear? Oh, so I mean, in honor of the podcast. So welcome everyone to Wasted with Wise, episode 19, part 2. And there's a reason I'm saying that, but anyhow, this is Cerebral Paul's birthday stream as well. And unfortunately, I think he's fucking passed out. I got him some Buffalo Trace. And,
He couldn't help himself, huh? He
and
just
I
opened
think
liquid
the
I
buffalo tranquilizer.
Yeah. So yeah, he's like, I asked him. I said, okay, like, what do you want for your birthday? And he's like, well, I don't care. And I'm
an
like, okay,
excuse
well,
not to be on the show. I'm gonna get drunk.
well, I think I gave him that fucking excuse, right? You know. So I said, okay, I'll just send you a bottle of Buffalo Trace. Have you ever had some of that? He's like, no, but I wouldn't be willing. I would be willing to try.
I'm sure he
And
would.
I'm like,
I'd
okay,
drink it
sure.
too.
And I think that was not a good move.
No, it was
on
a
my
great
part.
thing, dude. He hasn't had some in a while, so he probably had like a shot and that took him out. He's like, that's it, I'm down.
I put a message on. I said I gave him a card. You know those virtual cards that you give when you give a gift,
Yes.
and I said
Oh,
the
yes.
card was perfect. He's like, yeah. And it said you have to get your own fucking ice. You know. And I
Doom,
said,
you do suck. Just saying.
so yeah. So I said I'm gonna open my bottle of Buffalo as well if you open yours. And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll definitely do that. I'm gonna go ahead and be there before you. I'm gonna open the bottle before you get a chance to open yours. And I see he did because his ass is not here. So there you go.
Well,
But yeah, this is called
Sleeping it off.
Aftermath. And I will wait until the end of the podcast to tell everyone why I have numbered this episode 19, part 2.
Ooh, a secret.
Yes. Well, mainly because, you know what? It's my fucking show. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. If anyone doesn't like it, they can go fuck themselves, basically.
Just
Yeah.
don't whip it out on cam. That's all I ask.
Jesus Christ. Don't even put it in don't even put in the air, dude. Jeez, why do you gotta do that? Fucking no.
I do whatever the fuck I want to
I can do it, I swear to God.
This is the
Let's all
only...
kick the fuck off here.
Look, as a fucking teacher...
It's my
and-
stream, and I'll helicopter my dick if I want to.
We will be
yeah, but
fucked
it's
by
too-
association alone, bro. I'm just saying.
It's more.
Let's not do that.
Unfortunately, I can't really helicopter my dick. I can do like the push pin type thing. You know that. You know those toys that kids play with, that little
can-
stress
he can-
reliever where they
he can
push it in
tassel
and
his
it
dick
goes
if you want.
inside and it
Tassel
comes
his
back
dick.
out. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
basically what I could do with mine. That's probably the extent of it, but yeah.
That's
But any,
definitely the extent.
yeah, and that's when it's on hard. And when it's not, then God knows I can't even fucking find it.
When it's on hard, like there's modes for it. And when it's on hard mode.
It reminds me of the
Good.
joke, right? Like, there was these 3 guys walking down the street and Satan comes up and he says, if you guys can't combined have a 12-inch penis combined in measurement, I'm going to send all 3 of your souls to hell. So the first guy whipped his out, right? And it was about 6-7 inches on hard, so he was good.
On hard.
And then the other guy pulled his out, and it was about 5.5 on hard.
Okay, so they're
and-
getting there. They're getting there.
Yeah. So the last one pulled it out, and then the devil's like, "Okay, well, shit, you won," and he left. And the small one, everyone else was like, "Well, it was only exactly 12 inches. What the fuck happened?" He's like, "Yeah, thank God for my hard on as well." So yeah, it was only half an inch. So all right, I'm butchering that joke, but I'm pumped.
Thank you for
look,
letting
I
us
had
know
a
the
joke
long
is
ass
over.
day. Okay,
Jesus.
I had a long fucking day, so okay, forgive me.
Yeah, that
It's
punchline
finals
punched me in
time.
the dick.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Funny. Yeah.
It's finals week, so you can only imagine the week I've been having. Right?
How many
So,
children have you burned at the stake? Has it been 3 or 4?
That's next week. That's when the results go out.
Ah!
Yeah,
How many blowjobs receive it for an A?
that's the best week of the year, because that's when parents call you and say, "Is there anything I can do to help my child?" I'm like, "Well, are you a single mother?" I'm like, "Yeah."
How much time you got tonight?
My ethics would be tested as fuck if I held that fucking power over you young hot bitches and their fucking lonely single mothers.
Meet
No,
me in my office.
You know that scene in Forrest Gump about when the guy was fucking that Sally Fields for to get Forrest that admission into the school, and he came out. He's like, "Man, your mama really cares about your grades. I'll
Oh
bring her
God.
lunch."
Oh my God. Yeah, that was hilarious. And then he looks at him and goes, uh, uh.
I'm gonna be like that when coming out of one of my kids' house. Like, yeah, dude, your mom really cares about your grades. Yeah. You're gonna be an
Great
A
job,
student for the rest of the
Stephen.
semester.
2 gold stars.
In fact, don't even come to class. You got an A by default, basically.
Yeah, 2 gold stars that were on your mom's nipples, bro. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The tassels
Pasties.
rolling.
Exactly.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, so let me go ahead and introduce my panelists. Back from a little bit of a hiatus last week, it's Darth Praxis. How are you doing, boss? What you doing? How was your week going, and what you been drinking and playing?
Well, had a little surgical fun last week and was able to pull through that and feeling a little better. So that's a good thing. And I'm just drinking a lager right now, just a little beer. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing special. Other than that, I've been hooked on the finals. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
Oh shit! Wait till Cells gets on. I think that will be the end of the show because between you and Cells, I think the whole fucking show.
Oh Jesus! Is she gonna? No. All I want to say is I'm playing it. I don't want to get all crazy about it. It's a good game. I mean, it's very interesting, and it's kind of like Battlefield crossed with Apex Legends. I guess is the best way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
they
good
say
game.
it's a fully destructible environment. Is that true? Everything is destructible?
It's the build. Let's put it this way: the buildings are destructible. The ground, you can kind of get some things to happen, and it depends on what you use. But yeah, for the most part, if you're in a building, if you start taking aim at things, you can blow it all apart and have it crash on everybody's head. So it gets pretty nutty. But yeah, I've been having a good time with it.
Okay, but you're
it's actually spending money in a game on on skins, which is crazy. I was like, because you get the main characters and you're like, I look like ass. I need to look better than this. It looks like shit. Everybody looks the same. Fucking, I need to like stand out a little bit. So I hate saying that, but it's like, fuck, that's the only reason I did it. So I spent some money and I'm actually planning on spending some more. I'm like, yeah, I got some ideas. And so my
yeah, guys, I look cool.
I look so awesome. My son-in-law is he's like an esport gamer. He's fucking amazing. He makes me look like a fucking infant when you play games. It's like, holy shit, I can't even play with him. I feel bad. So he's spent like $50 on the game himself, and he never spends money on bullshit. So kind of tells you. I was like, oh well, yeah, I guess so. But good game. I'd highly recommend at least checking it out. It's free to play. So, but crazy stuff.
I like that price. I like when games come.
I do too. Well, it's free to play until you want to like look different. Then the price goes up a little drastically.
That's how they get you.
Yeah,
did you get a chance?
It's the Fortnite syndrome, except Fortnite I could give a fuck. This
did
one.
Did you get a chance? Speaking of Fortnite, did you get a chance to play Lego Fortnite?
My daughter, my youngest, and actually both my daughters have. My daughter played the Lego Fortnite. She played the rocket race one, and then and I played the music one a little bit. And the music one, I don't know if you know about this. It only has a handful of like songs available right now, which is just the beginning. When they get involved here, Epic is guaranteed gonna fucking just flood that with new shit. But I don't know if you've heard, they had to include. It was like a must. It said. Harmonix agreed to have full adaptability with all Rock Band and I think even Guitar Hero equipment. So in Fortnite, you basically now have a new Rock Band.
Oh.
So you can use the guitars, the drums, the mic, and everything.
I think Fortnite is sort of leveraging itself to become the next Roblox.
It's Roblox, dude. It's its own like platform, for fuck's sake. Yeah, it has like racing. Roblox, it has a competition for Minecraft, which is what Lego is. It's like a laid back version of Minecraft where you can do a bunch of shit. And my daughters were like, "Oh no, it's way better than any of the Lego shit that has come out. It's like really, you can actually fucking make things. It's cool." And so they were like, it is a competition for Minecraft because they all love Minecraft. And they're like, no, it's like easily as fun right now as Minecraft, something new. So yeah, they're not stupid. And I think that's all to do with, was it Take-Two? Or I can't remember who the original developer of all the Lego games that just, they lost the license or let it lapse. And so now I think Epic picked it up for Minecraft, or at least some of it, so they could utilize it. So it was brilliant. It was a smart move. But
Well, maybe this pressure will compel Mojang to maybe I don't know
do something.
Yeah, do something
To do
different, right?
something.
You know, yeah.
Be an interesting thing. Yeah. Yeah, they've
Huh.
been sitting on their laurels for a long fucking time. That's for sure. They've added things for sure to Minecraft. It's different, but still, yeah, it's the same basic
Yeah, apparently, because
formula.
Speaking of
all
the birthday boy, guess who just walked in from his fucking hangovers?
I don't
Three.
walk in anywhere ever.
Well, roll on in. Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm trying to be polite, dude, and every time I try, it doesn't fucking work, dude. Okay, so yeah.
Uh-oh.
So what? I know what you've been drinking. What you been playing this week, dude?
Fortnite actually.
Hmm?
They have, they have the new Lego Fortnite, which is
We were
really
just
cool.
talking about that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And they have the also the racing, the Rocket League racing stuff is pretty cool too. The only one I can't do is the rhythm crap. The A B.
Oh,
Oh,
we
yeah.
were just talking about that.
I was the
yeah.
Harmonix had actually agreed to make sure that their equipment will work with the Fortnite. So I think all the Rock Band guitars and drums actually work with it. from
Or
what
they
I've
will
heard.
be. They're working on it.
Yeah, and they only have like 7 songs or something, so they only have a
Yeah.
handful of songs anyway. And when they start opening it up, I was telling them honestly, it'll just take off and go crazy. I think it people will go nuts for it again. And if they're smart, they'll jump in and start selling more fucking instruments again. I wouldn't put it past them.
No, they're gonna everybody's gonna have to buy plastic again because they're not
Oh, yeah.
not everybody has their old plastic.
Oh yeah. They get like Fortnite like guitars that are all crazy and funky looking,
Yeah.
drums and
like
shit.
they're made by fucking Nerf.
I'd go back into it again. I love playing the fucking drums on Rock Band. I'm sorry, it's fucking like
Yeah,
rock band
same.
shit.
Yeah,
I can't anymore though. I can't hit the fucking bass pedal.
the guy I live with still has his Beatles set. The Beatles set they did
Yeah.
for Rock Band. He has it,
Jesus. Yeah. That was one I actually passed up on, and I probably
Yeah.
shouldn't have. You see how much
That
that
was like
shit's
the best
fucking worth now?
compilation.
Yeah, of all the ones to pass up on, you pass up on the one that's probably
fucking
worth the most money.
Beatles.
Yeah,
I should have got it and put it in a fucking closet and just never
Yeah.
touched it. Because you could probably take the last time I looked at a Rock Band, like a full Rock Band set that has just the normal one for like
Yeah.
for Xbox One that still works with the Series X. That I want to say it was like $1,000
ouch.
for the
Wow.
drums, the mic, and the guitar. Just
What I
that's it.
wish I still had is I used to have the Beatles the music set they came out with that they licensed for the Beatles, which is
Oh, yeah.
basically the Beatles anthology in Rock Band form. So
Yep.
but I
I
yeah.
never paid for it, and I don't even think you can get it on their store anymore.
No, you can't. Yeah.
It's yeah, you had to buy the disc.
Yep.
But yeah, it's crazy stuff.
Okay, so one thing I want to ask about this rhythm thing is it only playable on those instruments, or can you play it with?
No,
control
they
pad?
put
No,
they,
you
can
Okay,
use a
so
controller.
the way it works on Fortnite now is the X and the B button do one or two of them, and then the left and the right on the thumb pad do the
the
other two.
directional pad. Yeah, the directional
And I can't
pad.
do the directional pad shit. That's
I messed with it, and it can get really confusing quick.
and it's really fast
yeah,
too. It's
yeah.
stupid fast.
Well, it's Rock Band fast. It's just as fast.
But for doing it on a controller like that, that's stupid fast.
I would even say it's harder than Rock Band because you know that in
that's
Rock
what I
Band, you
mean.
have that-
Yeah.
Well, you have that really long like stretch. You can see it going way
Right.
in the distance, so you can see which chords you have to do next. And this is
Yeah.
like half that. So you're
Yeah,
like, oh,
it's
shit,
like
here it
ding,
is.
ding, ding, ding.
So it's a little faster.
I just button mash to get through it a couple of times to
Yeah,
get
fuck
a
it.
couple of the
Yeah.
couple of the things you need to get the bonus points for it.
Yeah, but we were
Bec-
saying that Lego and the racing, it's fucking amazing what they've been doing.
Not only that, if you're in, like, I'm trying to get through the battle pass because they have Peter Griffin at the end of the battle pass,
Oh yeah.
and in 2 days, like 3 of us have done like 50 levels. Because if you do the Lego shit, you level up like nobody's business.
Oh,
I
it just
mean,
goes crazy. Oh, that's awesome. Well, at least
Yeah.
it ties into it. That's kind
Oh yeah, it's stupid. I mean, we played for like 3 hours. We got 5 levels. Just all of a sudden, you're like, you got 25 stars, and you're like, what the hell just happened? But everything you're doing in the game counts toward your experience.
Well, that's
So,
Well, the thing about all of this is that it's ironic that all of this happened because I just walked in this evening from work, and my son basically said, Yeah, I got banned from Fortnite. He's a
Oh,
huge
no.
Fortnite player. Yeah, he got banned from Fortnite. So
What'd he
he basically confiscated my PSN ID because that I have Fortnite. So people wonder why I don't give a fuck about game scores and trophies and shit. Because every time I get a sizable amount accumulated, one of my boys takes my fucking handle away, so I can't use the account anymore. And I gotta start at ground zero again. I'm like, fuck,
Wise, you're
Yes.
supposed to keep your password secret even from your family, okay?
Well, shit, I gave it to Loke, but I mean, I don't think it's any more secrets anymore. It's
Oh,
in
so you
Africa.
gave it to the Nigerian prince. That's totally legit. That's okay. I mean,
Yeah, I'm fucked.
that's
basically.
Totally.
Worth it, buddy.
Yeah,
Trust me.
I'm royally fucked, basically.
Yeah, royally. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So we just can't have good things. That's all I gotta say. I just can't
So
have shit.
wait, no, I want the rest of how the fuck did he get banned from Fortnite? Okay. Did he like build a dildo in Legoland or something? I mean, did
He's
he?
a 13-year. Okay, I can't even use fucking social media. Every time I goddamn go even on Instagram, it's all pictures of Jenna Ortega and these teeny girls dancing. They confiscate every fucking thing, and I can't do anything without feeling like I'm breaking a law of some kind, So God only
Jenna
knows what he wants
Ortega's
to do.
legal, bro.
Oh my God, yes, she is. Jesus, get over
Jenna
it. buddy.
Ortega is legal, but some of the other kids on that platform are definitely not.
Hey
Okay.
man, just practice, don't ask, don't tell, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like
It's my kids
if
again.
my
I'm not
last name
looking
was,
at anything.
I mean, I'd be okay if I was a billionaire and my last name was Epstein, but I mean, until that happens.
Well,
You'd be dead.
you'd be okay until somebody handed you
Yeah.
a sheet and said, "Here, use this."
No, Paul, I think what you meant was until the guilt builds up and you decide to take your own life.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, that's what happened.
So somebody knocks it.
Yeah.
Knocks it.
After you and the X-Men powers that no one knew you had, when you
Yeah.
fucking cut off the cameras.
Yeah.
Knocks it in the fucking door and hey, let's sit down and have a chat, shall we?
Clinton knocked on the door.
You can cause little EMPs to knock out the cameras.
He told, okay, call the prison and tell at 7:00, Ghislaine, and tell the guards they have a phone call. Okay, they have to go take a phone call. Yeah,
Magnets,
Bring the
buddy.
guards.
Lots of fucking magnets. That's what I'm telling you.
yeah.
Right
Bring the guards 24 Krispy Kremes and just let them look the other way, and we'll be fine.
We see your search history. You don't see shit. Check my fucking computer right now, bitch. Look, there's nothing on there.
Is it just me, or is Praxis there? Is he a little scratchy? Seems like his noise, his mic is a little. When he's talking, even it breaks up a little bit.
Does it?
Well, he was in a fucking POW camp for a few hours, so
Well, and his is the only one that's doing it. So
Is it
Yeah,
breaking up? Is it doing it?
Yeah.
He wasn't in the hospital last week. He was in Gaza. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I was hearing it sounded like what's his name's was popping a little bit down there.
Yeah, no, well, but your voice keeps breaking up a little bit when you're talking. Like it's
Let me unplug it and plug it. We'll see what happens.
okay.
That's always works out. Speaking
Yeah.
of jailbait, Super, how you doing? How was your week? What you drinking? What you been playing?
it's been going good. Right now I'm just drinking fucking water. I've been playing some of the Avatar games still. I keep going back to it and playing for like an hour or two and then fucking leaving because it annoys me. And then I played the God of War Ragnarok DLC, which was actually really good.
Well, let me ask you about this. The fact that Avatar is bringing you back, have you had a change of heart a little bit about it or what?
No, it's not that I'm like, oh, I need to get back to fucking Pandora and check some shit out. It's more like, fucking paid money for that piece of shit. So I need to fucking play it. It's not like I got it free for the month on PS Plus. Like I spent money on this shit, so I might as well try to fucking beat it. Yeah, it's more like that.
You're compelled because of your wallet. Is that really the case?
For that game, yeah, because there's for me nothing about that game got its hooks in me that's pulling me back to want to play it. With just that I don't want to have wasted the money I spent.
Can't
on
hear
the
you at
fucking
all,
game.
Praxis. You're doing much better now. Can't hear you. Nope, can't hear a thing.
You're not on mute on my end, if that means anything.
By the way,
I don't-
Super, the correct phrase is just when I thought it was out, they pulled me back in. You have to get that right.
Some Godfather 3 quoted.
Now, generally speaking, from what I've heard about this game, okay, and I've not played it, I'm not even interested in buying it until it goes on a massive discount of some kind after the New Year's or something. I'm hoping
Even 30's too much, bro.
Whoa, really?
For me. You may like it, but for me.
Well, they said the graphics were
Oh,
phenomenal.
I hear you a little bit now. You're mumbling into your mic. You know, it still shows you're muted on our side there, Dark.
Yeah,
next to
I
your
see it
name.
muted too.
I
Yeah.
wasn't saying anything.
Now you are there. Now we can hear you. There you go.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
I've
something.
heard other people talk about how it's graphically impressive. I don't know. I feel like yeah, there's a lot of shit. Like there's a lot of lush vegetation and plants and trees and shit, but I don't think that it looks better visually than something like Horizon Forbidden West. I think there's just a lot of shit.
That's just money in pockets that gets that said, buddy. I'm just telling you. Fucking.
Well, this digital
Look,
Foundry came out
this
and
is
said,
next
"How do we do
generation."
this?"
Oh, did you
Super
their
cool.
jism dripping from the ceiling after they busted nuts talking about how graphically impressive the game is, and I was just sitting there like, how? I mean, maybe if you're playing on PC and everything's maxed out to the to the tits, but I know people who've played on PS5 that say, "Oh, it's so beautiful." And I'm like, how? For me, it's just there's a lot of shit on screen, but it just doesn't look as nice as some other games.
To be fair, the people on PS5 need a win, so let it go.
But how is Avatar looking good? A win for PS5?
Hey,
It looks good.
tell them take whatever they could get, dude. Right
Hey,
now.
hey, man, they got another win coming real soon
After
here.
the couple of weeks they've been having, I think they deserve it. I think they deserve it. Let's just give it to them on this one. You know, after the chaos that's been going on in the Twitterverse.
After the news. Yeah.
Let's just give this to them. Let's just give this to them. Let's just have this, right?
Let's just throw them a bone. You know, it's just
Yeah.
you know, whatever. You know,
I feel bad for the poor bastards. Come on.
just smile and nod, and you know, just
Maybe-
you know, just
That's
Maybe
so
that's
good
what
for
DF's
you.
problem was.
Good
They're
for
like, well,
you.
shit. Maybe that's what Digital Foundry's problem was. Like, shit, it's been 2 weeks and we've not said anything good about PlayStation. Oh, shit.
That's what it was. It was the quota wasn't met. They need to meet it
Exactly.
because it's a financial obligation. Got it.
Exactly.
That's why they're republishing all the old stuff from 2 years ago.
Shh.
Yeah.
It's an
say
open
anything bad,
secret.
Paz Ride's going to knock on our doors and say some shit, you know. Anyhow, Doomsayer, what's up? You're back. How you doing?
Did I miss something? What happened with PlayStation?
What do you mean?
No, it's just the week.
No, nothing.
We're gonna
Nothing.
get-
Everything's normal. It's fine.
Are you being serious or not
Yeah.
serious? All right, I'm gonna have to break news for you guys.
Tell him, Triple. You tell him.
The Last of Us 2 factions was murdered by the Series S.
Oh, Last of Us 2 factions,
Oh, that I heard, but who cares?
Oh, they're
Xbox.
doing something bigger and better with it, according to what I saw. Yeah, right.
Wait, what? Who said that?
Right,
Xbox
yeah, last
told
was
the
great, right?
Japanese, yeah, they have we're gonna get into all the gory details in a bit, but yeah,
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Gore.
Some fit has hit some shan. So
So wait, I gotta ask Doom, are you offering me a birthday present? Your thing says I suck. Is that like a, you know, is that a
that's a promise, buddy. That's a guarantee.
that's an IOU
An advertisement.
note.
yeah,
I left that on there. I think Luke's picture is still on there too, right?
it is,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna put I swallow, but you know, I just couldn't. I just couldn't go with it. Sorry, because I don't, buddy.
Yeah, I got
how
hung
do
up
you drink
last week, so
water?
I haven't changed nothing. I'm
Watch
just
us swallow now.
like, screw it. I'll just leave everything alone.
All right, so
Oh.
what you been playing? Anything good?
Yeah, I'm still playing Grand Theft Auto.
Jeez.
6?
Can't
You
stop
got
playing.
early access, didn't you? Son of a bitch.
I
Knew it.
literally cannot stop playing this. It is so good.
You're talking live, or you're talking like? What,
Oh
you're
no,
talking
I'm not
the
playing
online?
anything online, but the story in that, dude.
Oh, the
I
story's
am
fucking
a
great.
Huge
Yeah, the
Four or
story's great.
five?
Trevor fan. Oh my
Okay,
god, I
fine.
love
Is
Trevor.
it going
So is
back through
everybody.
it?
Yeah, Trevor's fun. Trevor's the funnest one, man.
Oh, he's the best part. He's the
Yeah.
best character they ever fucking made for that game. If he
Yeah.
doesn't show up in 6 somewhere, I'll be sad. They should bring him back. I think they even did you see he did a YouTube video where he was bitching about 6?
Yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah, they got to bring his ass back in. He's got to show up. He's got
The best part is they use his likeness, so he literally looks like Trevor in real life.
Oh no, he looks like, and he is Trevor. But the thing is, it's Florida, for fuck's sake. It's Trevor. It's fucking Trevor country. He should be in the game. He should be the main fucking character.
Even if they bring him in, even if they bring him in just to try to pick up Gina in some cutscene or something. Yeah. You know, just,
hey, you look hot. Let's fuck. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, but are you replaying through the game, Doom, or is it your first time playing?
Yeah, that's
this is the first time I've ever played it.
Really?
Oh, dude, that's a fucking amazing.
That's a fucking great story. It's probably the best one.
I have it on PS3. I bought it on PS4. I bought it on PS5.
It sounds like me with Dragon's Dogma, but wait. No, that's worse because at least with Dragon's Dogma, I played the games. I just never beat it, and I bought it multiple times. This is your first time playing it. Haven't bought it like 3 times.
I'm halfway through it.
Yeah. I got about a third of the way through it on the 360, and I had little kids at the time, and I fucking had to play it in the middle of the night by myself, like in a fucking closet, so nobody could hear all this shit. And I'm like, this is so awesome. Oh my god, are they here? Oh shit. And so
it's kind of like when he masturbates. It's
exactly. No, that's in the basement. Asshole, that's in the basement. I gotta do that there.
So there's special places.
Then I don't gotta wipe up. Anyway, so anyway, was it? Yeah.
Shit, my buddy and I, we did, like I keep saying, we did, a bunch of videos and that, and we were talking about movies, and he sits there in the one video and he's like, yeah, he says, this one movie, they do a part from it and it's in Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, what? And in the video, he pauses, and the thing is I'm sitting there and I'm looking at him while we're doing the video, and he's laughing, but he doesn't want to laugh, through on the video and everything. And after he just sits there and he's like, yeah, you need to play it. It's been out for over 10 years.
You need to fucking play.
Yeah.
We got a couple years for the next one comes out, a year and a half before the next one comes out. So you got some time. Fucking use it.
We'll see. He'll be down tomorrow. So when he gets here tomorrow, I'll be probably playing it, so we can finish up the last couple things we got to do. But yeah, it's like, all right, you know what?
It's a great game. It's a great fucking game.
I did everything I need to do or wanted to do. I'm sitting down and I'm playing this damn thing. So hopefully I'll be able to finish it before the end of the year. I hope.
Good for you.
I was really hoping to get to beat 50 games this year, and that ain't going to happen because
I can't even say anything. Looking at my play history,
you gotta. I mean, you have to put hours in like I do. Look at my play history on my thing.
I put hours in. I just put it into one game.
No,
I did the same problem. I was the same fucking problem, Triple. Same fucking addiction, for Christ's sake. I mean,
I doubt you put in as many hours as I did. It shows I had no life, man.
On what?
Another thing too is
everything. Okay, I had 967 hours just in Diablo 4 alone.
Okay. Okay,
he's a lightweight.
I like going through the city and trying to buy up all the stuff that you can sit there and buy to the movie theater. So I'm just going around hitting the trucks and beating people up and just taking out all the money I can to. I think is it the golf club or something? It's like $30 or $40 million to buy it, and I'm like, I got to buy that. So I'm just going around trying to make all kinds of money and everything. So.
Sir, what are you doing? I need that golf club.
I want everything. I got all. It looks like Monopoly on my map.
Just have it all.
It's like I have all these businesses, but I need the big businesses.
I need the big ones.
I'm trying.
I want that big tower. That one there.
God, yeah.
That's all I've been up to. I've always loved those games. I think the first game I played where you could actually buy businesses and houses and stuff like that, I think it was Fable 2 in the 360 era. Or was it Fable? Was it you couldn't buy anything?
Fable?
I
maybe
think Fable 2 was the one where you could actually.
I think Fable 2 is you could buy like businesses, I believe, or do jobs and stuff like that. And you're just trying to rack up as much money in the mini games. It's like I'll be doing this all day. Let's go.
You could buy hotels, bars, stuff like that.
In reality, what you're doing is you're becoming a mob enforcer, and you're going, look, I will protect your business. you give me a cut. That's all you're really doing.
Exactly.
Because you're not staying there working the counter. They're still working the
No.
counter. They're just giving you the
Yeah.
profits. That's a very mob thing to do. You know, that's
Yeah. They didn't even give you a mini game. I mean, for fuck's sake, at least Yakuza did that. You know, you could feel like you were part of the company.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
jeez.
Now you just walk up there now going to my storefront now. Yeah, that's right. You work for me. Yeah.
I own this shit, bitch. You give me money.
I own this shit now. You can work for me. I am the captain now.
Look at these
Where's my
hype-
weekly money?
Yeah.
Where is it? Oh, too bad your ankle broke. Shit.
Yeah.
Man, it's gonna be hard doing that job now.
That's like my
Fucker.
favorite skit from Family Guy ever was when Stewie loans Brian money.
One more money. One more money. One more money.
Hey, would you like a
That's
glass
fucking
of orange
awesome.
juice? Would you like a glass of orange juice? Blam! Oh God! Oh God!
You know,
Glass
remember
sticking out of his
at the-
face.
At the end of that episode, when they're like walking from the stadium, and he pushes them into the bus. That was
Yeah.
like the funniest
Yeah.
That's all.
It's good times. It's good
I was
times.
dying.
Know that money doesn't get
man.
in the way of family. You know, it's good stuff.
All right,
Times have
Triple.
changed.
How's
Yes,
your week
sir.
been going, and what you been doing, and what you been playing?
It's okay. I'm still here breathing, so that's something. What have I been playing? I am playing Monster Hunter Rise right now because I was
Oh.
like, yeah, Monster Hunter. I will say
I've been
I
feeling
got
that
into
too.
a little fallout with my brother because we were playing Divinity, and one of the story arcs, my character got permadeath. So so I was a little upset at the time, reasonably so. So yeah, that was always fun. And
Reasonably so. And I let my
yeah.
brother out of the basement
We-
the next
we-
day. Yeah.
I'm done
we
with
had
it.
to
We are not blood.
backtrack on some of the our saves. Like, all right, what's our earliest save? Because the guy, if he wants to,
how high of a build did you get that character? before you got
bro, he was
to
like
that?
at level. I think he was either a level or 2 away from max level, and he
Oh,
died. We were at the end of the game, and you have
Oh,
like
no.
choices on who you partner with.
Oh,
And I'm just gonna say, I told him, like, hey, we should kill this guy. We shouldn't partner with. I was like, nah, let's see how this goes. Okay, I die. So I was a little shitty about that. So we loaded an early save, so we're gonna try to fight him, and he's a really like super boss type of guy. So and wish us luck. And I've also been playing Valhalla, the God of War DLC that came out. It's pretty good. If anyone's familiar how roguelikes play out, that's if you play Hades, that's essentially it. But they have story to it. At first, I was kind of expecting just him to be on a long adventure randomly, but there's actually story into it, and there's a item you get that made me like, oh shit, they put that in
Well,
the game. Holy, oh yeah, so it's
You
good.
know, I'm gonna save my money on the add-on and just break a controller. I'm just gonna cut through the middleman and just and just
mean-
rage break a controller. I figured
The
that would
add-on's
save
free
me time.
though.
Yeah. He's saying he's gonna break the controller, try to get the story because it you can put it on easy, like you can put it on easy if you want. There are levels you can set for it. So if you
Yeah.
just want to try to get to the story, some of the story beats kind of, since it's a roguelike, some of them kind of force you to go back. But in terms of like if you just want to survive and get through, just put it on easy and you could probably muscle through. I'm playing it on hardish and I'm just trash at the game, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not difficult. It was the final fight with Tyr. Like that shit was like testing me a little bit, but for the most part, I fucking sailed through
Yeah.
everything else.
See, I think games need to start doing that. They need to have the level called hardish, and then the next
Oh.
level after that is
Yeah, there's like
then the next level after that is fuck you.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's
yeah.
like
It's
five
medium hard, and then go fuck your mother.
No, there's 5 difficult options you could choose from, and I told my friend like, "Hey, I beat God of War 2018 on my first playthrough only on Give Me God of War mode. I earned this. I'm playing this on hard. I'm not putting it on ultra hard. Y'all can suffer that. I already suffered my moment, so I'm good. I'm putting it on hard because my friend's like, yeah, her husband is getting destroyed, and he put on mastery. I'm just like, that's why I didn't want to do it. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm broken. So it's bad.
Easy, medium, dry anal. That's it. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Just
yeah.
saying. Watch out, rhinoceros cock. That's it. Yes, it's a good
Alright, so
game.
Before
Just
we
don't
get
like
into
that
the
part.
first topic, let me go ahead and say shout out to the chat RPG88. Thank you for showing up. And good lord, what was this guy's name?
Good Lord, Hungry Diablo, Cannabis Guardians, buddy.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
What?
Yes, yes.
Oh, God, we're hungry.
Alright.
Wow.
All right, so let's go ahead and go into our first topic. Well, before I do that, Cerebral, you got your trace open yet or not?
Yeah, I got to find. And hey, he got me good whiskey for my birthday. This thing has a cork, not a screw on top. Okay, I'm telling you this shit.
It's
yeah.
special. That's some
Yeah.
good whiskey.
Mhm.
Well, as everyone already knows, or those of you who don't know, today, on Monday.
No,
is
Monday
Cerebral's
will be.
birthday. So this stream is in honor of him. So cheers, Cerebral.
Happy birthday, old
I-
bastard.
Yeah, I will be
I'm
1,000
too
years old.
lazy.
I will
I'm
be
too
1,000
lazy
years old.
to go downstairs and get my bottle of Fireball whiskey, so I will just celebrate with you guys in
Oh,
spirit.
welcome.
It's something my
Please.
son just
Come
had
on,
his
go
birthday
get it.
last
Go
week.
get it.
So.
That's
Wow.
effort. I gotta go downstairs,
That's
walk up the
effort.
stairs. Come on.
It's okay. I forgive you. It's okay. It's Fireball, for God's sakes. It's not like,
Yeah, this is nice because being my birthday's on the 18th, I got screwed out of like a real birthday party most years because competing with Jesus is hard. He's
Amen.
I'm the savior
Amen,
of the
brother.
world, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then
I'm
also,
Sith Lord
you know-
and Savior. I compete all the
Yeah.
time, buddy.
And then also because of my birthday fell very seldom did I have to go to school on my birthday. Why? Because school ended the previous week.
Hell
Fuck you! I
yeah.
never got a class
Hell
party.
yeah.
It's like
I didn't get a party.
yeah.
I wanted, but no, Paul, no. That's during Christmas. You
Yeah.
can't do that.
That's right.
You can share some cookies with everyone before.
No,
You're
no,
like
couldn't
that.
even do that because it wasn't my birthday. No cupcakes, no birthday, no nothing.
Those fucking
Oh, yeah.
teachers back then were bitches. I'm telling you right now.
That's
Fuck
right.
them.
Well, back in the day, you could get away with that shit. These days, sometimes you'll get fired. So.
I know. Does it
Yeah, you
have
could have a-
peanuts in it? Yeah. Does it have? Yeah. It's like
Nowadays, all you got to do is bitch a little bit, and you get a fucking unbirthday any day you fucking want. Oh, it's my birthday today. They're like, okay.
So,
Okay.
Affirm my belief that my birthday is today.
Now they're coming up and say, like I make it. We have a Gigi's right outside of where I teach. So, every birthday, every student has a birthday. I get them in my class. I'll get them a Gigi's cupcake. So now, these little wankers will come up and say, Mr. D, my birthday's tomorrow. Mr.
So
D, my
on the
birthday's
roll book, it tells me when your fucking birthday is. Get the fuck out.
Like, I know, but I don't like you. That's why I'm not buying you shit.
yeah.
Like, you don't have to tell me that.
Yeah, hey, 2 + 2 is fuck you. Okay, go. Yeah, just go.
Yeah, I got a 0.2 average. Fuck off. Okay. I'm tired of your shit already.
Like,
lady.
because of your ass, I got to write War and Peace as to why you're failing my class. And they
Yeah.
want to stupid.
Oh,
And your
I gotta
ass
give an
wants a
A to that little
cupcake.
asshole. Son of a bitch. Good.
Only the students that give good blowjobs get cupcakes, and your head game is trash, Stevie.
Oh, damn, that just reminded me of that.
What did you
Pop
frost
Rocks-
that with? That's strange stuff right there.
that reminds me of that Pop Rocks commercial Spice Show. Oh man, that's I don't know. That was a real commercial. Somebody just made a parody, but yeah, that was.
Do you
that was
remember? Do you remember the Oozinator commercial? I'm sure everybody's seen that by now, right?
terrible.
There's the Super
no.
Soaker Oozinator. So it's
Oh,
a Super
yes.
Soaker,
Oh, yeah.
and you pump it, and it shoots out what looks like fucking straight up jizz. And the kids in the commercial had it splattering on their shit, like, oh my god, it's on their face. Oh yuck! I was like, oh fuck, that's terrible.
Yeah, some of these
Oh
kids'
yeah, I think they
So,
used that shit.
Then
for
they made
games.
then they made Splatoon. Okay, so just deal with it. So
Then they made porn stars, too,
Well,
don't
then they put a put a song.
There's,
They
there's so many children's toys that when you look back, you're like, who the fuck greenlit this design? This
Right.
is clearly a fucking dildo. Why?
Well,
Why-
fuck.
why
Oh
is
yeah,
it's-
what's
tons.
what's that Diglett plushie they put?
No, but some of the commercials, like this,
Oh,
this
man.
candy called Gushers. They always
Oh
say,
fuck
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, there's some
Juice-
gnarly stuff.
Juice bursts
Yeah.
into your mouth, and I look at it now. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe that.
The Oozinator commercial, though, somebody redid it with Skeet on the fucking the song in the background, and I was like,
no.
Jesus Christ, it was fucking perfect. It was so
Ah,
fucking nasty. To the windows. Anyway,
But if you think about it, the 80s and 90s, growing up as a kid in the 80s and 90s, you got exposed to some sort of really raw shit back in the day. Like back in the day, stuff that would not fly in today's society.
Yeah, because we weren't pussies.
Exactly.
yes.
well,
Yes.
even before that, I mean,
We were
go
pussies.
back and watch the original cuts of some of the old Looney Tunes cartoons and really pay attention to what they're saying.
Oh, them motherfuckers were. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm sorry when Bugs Bunny
You're like,
put on
"What's
that
going on here?"
dress. she was fine as fuck. I'm sorry to say, especially in the opera.
And
That opera.
That's the best
Yo,
one,
what
man.
happened?
That's the best
No, but
one.
there-
I nutted like
That's
5
the
times to
best
that fucker, man. I couldn't stop.
But there was a whole lot of nudge, wink, wink going on that nobody ever, really.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of innuendo that they did that. Yeah.
Well, I just found out this week that that song by Bryan Adams, "Summer of '69," was literally.
You just
about
found out
69.
this week?
Yeah.
Yeah,
just figured it out.
Yeah, I figured it out. Oh, the first time I heard the song.
Well, back in the day, I wasn't thinking in that level. I'm sorry to say.
That
I've
was in
been
the year I
thinking
was
at that
dining on
level since
tuna
I was
salad,
like
buddy.
8. Okay, so yeah.
There's so many old movies watching back as an adult. You're like, oh shit, that flew over my head when I was like 8.
that
Holy
blue
yeah.
balls
fuck.
me. Woo.
So, I mean, if you think about all the slasher flicks back in the day, the one thing that could get you killed is fucking, basically. That's all that got you
yeah.
killed.
Bro,
right?
the
It wasn't
slasher
like-
that's
flicks
why
back
one
in
of
the
the-
day were an excuse for gratuitous violence and gratuitous nudity. They're like,
As
oh
much as they
shit,
could
we can
put
now
in there,
show
yeah.
tits in PG-13 movies. Fucking tits aplenty, bro.
Well, and then they were like, "Hey, let's make a B movie so we can just make a porn and just put it out to the theaters." And then it was just,
Essentially, dude.
oh, and that's all. They were like, "Yeah, it's gonna be fucking female Nazis from Mars, and we're gonna just have them fucking each other the whole movie." And oh
Hey,
yeah,
that
it's
was
art.
a good
It's
damn
art.
movie. That was a good
Oh
damn
yes,
movie.
beautiful film.
That's why you look at all the stars of these B-rated movies, and they're never any good actors, just fucking actors with
They
like
just
big
got
ass
awesome
big
tits and ass. Oh yeah, they're
Yep.
just like, oh my god, they're awesome. Like,
My
Trust me.
grandfather, God rest his soul, was the fucking best. He's from the old country from where I'm originally
Yeah.
from, a long time, and he didn't know any English whatsoever. But he was old enough to buy us R-rated tickets. So we would go in with him. He wouldn't understand a damn thing that's going on screen, right? He would fall asleep. He was old, but even then, and we'd be watching all these slasher flicks that were like R-rated and stuff, and we'd be like, "Oh my god, they're fucking! Oh, they're dead now. They're dead now."
Yeah, like I was raised on all that shit. Like the only thing is like if we were in a movie theater and there was like nudity, my parents would just like put their hands in front of my face, so I couldn't see it. I could still hear everything. And then once the nudity was done, they would just remove their hand. But, like I watched everything growing up. There was nothing too violent, nothing too gory. I watched everything.
But if you really look at those, even the quote sex and nudity we're showing wasn't a whole lot. It was just
No, it was just fucking
Usually
a
just-
topless scene.
yeah, toplessness or side boob. It's like, okay, congrats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you know that movie back in the 80s called The Day After about the whole nuclear holocaust and
Oh
stuff?
yeah.
oh yeah,
That was required viewing in my school. Like the kids.
Yeah,
were
they did that
watching
to us too. They were like, "Okay, get ready. We're all gonna get under the tables now." I'm like, what good is that? Are you kidding me?
Like, yeah,
Even
that's
I
what
was a kid and I
thinking.
knew that. I was like, "Are you fucking
Are you
kidding?"
kidding me? Yeah, like
Dude,
there's
a hand
goddamn
grenade to
nuclear
kill us.
bomb going off
Yeah, so
outside,
like
and,
so the table's bomb proof, and they're like, yeah. So like, well, what about
Nuclear
the sides?
bomb-proof.
'Cause if the top's bomb proof, what about the
Well,
sides?
Dude,
They
Fucking open.
had us do it in California for earthquake drills. to
yeah,
get
I was
them
gonna
to death.
say that's what I
which
thought.
which made more sense though
Yeah.
because it would
This is in-
protect you from stuff
From the shit
small stuff
collapsing, and
going,
that's what
yeah.
they said. It was like, well, the buildings are going to collapse in a nuclear explosion. Yeah, they're going to blow fucking sideways, guys. They're going to collapse
Yeah.
all the way, like
Yeah.
a mile that way.
Well, yeah, the bomb's a whole nother issue, but yeah, the
You're
earthquake
like-
thing it made a little more sense. You know?
I guess.
Can
Yeah.
you guys watch those shows where you just put up a flat object in front of you, blocks all the heat wave? Come on now, that's how it works.
I got my phone. Yeah, we're good. Fuck
Hey,
that.
I watch Godzilla movies. I saw which way the buildings are gonna blow.
This is
so,
Gorilla
yeah.
Glass, motherfucker. This will block shit.
Have you seen the newest one, Paul?
I want to see it so bad.
I've heard
Dude.
amazing things about that
Yeah.
one.
Bro, his atomic breath, when he like does his atomic breath, it's
Oh, I
like
said it was
a
the
beam
best.
like normal.
Is
It's
that
a beam like
-1?
normal. And then when he's done, it's an actual fucking nuclear explosion. At where he
Yeah,
pulls out the
That's
atomic
fucking
breath.
badass.
Bro,
Well, and they,
It
and
is
they-
insane.
You're like, yeah.
and well, and they said they added to effect that when he's doing it, he actually damages himself. He actually burns his own face, but his
Oh.
healing allows him to heal over.
Yeah,
But
he
yeah,
regenerates now.
yeah.
The movie's excellent, and like even if it wasn't a good Godzilla movie, it's just a good movie on its own merits, right? It's also an awesome Godzilla movie.
Is
It's great. You
it
guys should all watch
streaming
it.
anywhere, or is it only in theaters?
It's
Only
a
in
theater.
theaters
It's right now. It's only in theaters, but dude, it's totally worth it to go fucking take
Yep.
the family and go
Is
watch
it is it dubbed or is it all subtitled?
No, it's all in Japanese subtitles.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
So make sure you're sitting at least like in the upper or middle
Yeah.
levels,
So
if
you
you're
can
too
read
low,
that shit.
you're not going to
like,
see.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. I gotta keep up.
Finally.
And
my days
well,
of
I have no
streaming,
problem with
but
that.
yeah.
One of my favorite movies to watch is Downfall. It's all in German. It's about the last 6 months in the bunker with Hitler. All in German, but it's a great movie. And that's the one they
I
make fun of.
watch everything
Yeah.
with subtitles, even English
Yeah.
stuff, because there's a lot of times
Yeah.
where movies are mixed where
Yeah.
you can't hear what someone was
Mhm.
saying, or there may be
Yeah.
some detail that you couldn't hear. So I just
Yeah.
watch everything, even video games, everything with
Yeah, I'm the
subtitles.
same with you. If I can, I will.
Yeah.
Well,
But
yeah,
Downfall is where they got that Hitler meme stuff that they were doing a few years back, where everything. Yeah, that
Yeah.
one scene when he's yelling at all the
Yeah, where he takes off the
Yeah.
glasses and his hands are shaking.
Yeah.
Well,
you,
okay. I'm sorry.
yeah. What I've always wished that I wish Seth Rogen would make a Godzilla movie. I would just love to see his take on Godzilla. I just want to see Godzilla movies are always serious, but like think about it. Think about like
Actually,
Seth
okay,
Rogen
you must
Godzilla.
not have watched them all. Destroy All Monsters and a few of the later Son of Godzilla, not serious movies.
Son of Godzilla.
I mean,
yeah.
they're quote talking to each other and Monster going, "I got you, bro." Come on, no, this is not.
Yeah. Around the time where Godzilla started becoming like an anti-hero, they started getting really wacky with some shit.
Seriously, there's one where it's dubbed and they're talking to each other like they're California bros. No, I got you, man. I'm right. Like, and they're giving you subtitles for what the
shit.
They're giving you subtitles for what the monsters were saying.
But even anime is best watched, in my opinion, with subtitles in the original Japanese.
Oh yeah,
That all depends.
I would say 90% I watch sub, but there's been some good dubs out there. I'm like, this is good. And I walked past my roommate, listened to one of them in dub. I was like, bro, this is like the devil's work. What are you watching right now? It's horrible. It sounds horrible, man. Change it.
Some of them, some of the
for
dubs
me,
are
it really depends. Yeah. Like if it's just a standard anime, like Cowboy Bebop or some shit like that, like I don't mind if it's dubbed. But if it's something where like it takes place clearly in Japan, I'm like, well, no, then I want them to be speaking.
Oh, well, then you need to watch Bleach. I'll just tell you that right now.
Yeah, Bleach English is phenomenal.
It's actually superior to the subtitle one, to the original Japanese, in my opinion. Oh yeah, the fucking voice acting for Bleach, the English is fucking amazing.
I'm not gonna repeat what I was screaming at every 5 seconds.
Like the one.
And try to keep up in the fucking regular in the Japanese one. You'll be like, Jesus Christ, I can't fucking read that fast.
The Dragon Ball one is the one that I've always debated with, because like the dubbed one, they're really good. Sean Schimmel, the guy who does Goku and all of them, they're really good voice actors. But the original Goku is also iconic from the Japanese language, and I mean, I don't know which one I like better, So I gotta.
See, I don't watch any Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, but I've only ever seen it like when it's on TV. I've only ever seen it in English. I've never seen it ever Japanese anywhere. So
my favorite thing about some of the subs is the stuff on the screen like the to read will be like 1.5 miles long, and all the guy on the screen will say is yes. Like, what the fuck?
That's the best when you watch a movie and they say like fucking 15,000 words, and then it's just 4 words and the subtitles. Like, I don't think that's what they said, bro.
Yeah, that translation was different. I think we missed something.
Was the Game Awards where they had brought the translator up and they would go, and then the translator would come like, "Thank you for the award."
Yeah,
they just say their whole life story. The translator's like, "Am I supposed to repeat all this?"
He like looks around and goes, "Yeah, we're good."
Pause for a second.
That's what it's weird because a lot of these guys can speak English, like Kojima, bro. We've seen you speak English. Why do you need a goddamn translator? Like that's why I appreciated Shuhei Yoshida actually went up there and spoke English. It was broken English, but hey, it was English. Like Kojima-san could have done the same goddamn thing.
Plausible deniability, I say. They just don't want to.
The one bastard that couldn't speak.
They didn't
English.
say. I didn't say that.
The one bastard that had a hard time speaking English was Ken Kutaragi, but they made that bastard say English, speak English all the goddamn time, and he was like, every time he would talk, he would like have to strain, go next to the screen. What the fuck are you saying? So. Well,
did you ever? Yeah, they did. They pushed him. I watched back in 2017 when the Switch came out. I watched the whole show that they did to show what they were coming out, all the games and everything. And that was probably one of the funniest translations I've ever seen. The translator was just fucking stumbling the whole time, and he was trying to keep up. I was laughing my ass off the whole. It was fucking hilarious. But yeah, they couldn't keep up with anything. He couldn't figure out what the guy was saying. This guy was joking around on. He was like, but yeah. It was fucking
games.
Awesome.
Am I right? Yeah.
Nintendo. There you go. It's like fuck, man.
He just stops midway. And he's like,
yeah. Oh, it was. You could hear the guy was like sweating at the mic, like, "Fuck, what do I say? I can't even. I don't even know what he's saying."
Well, part of that is, the people that are getting translated, they either they forget or they intentionally fuck with the translator because they just go and go and go and go. And
well, I think they had a script.
Take a breath so that the guy knows can have a chance.
Exactly.
the translator's just like, I'm the Korean translator. I don't speak Japanese.
Well, the guy was sitting there with like Google Translate instead. Like, Jesus Christ, come on. Fuck. He said hello.
No. Imagine that times 1,000 if you're a UN translator. Okay.
Have you seen that there are earbuds that you can buy? It's an actual product, and you put one earbud in your ear and one earbud in somebody else's ear, and through an app you select what you want the translation, and as you're speaking, they hear it in their language in their ears, almost in real time. It's so fucking cool.
That's like the Babelfish from
fucking
Babelfish,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's except it's not permanent and it's not a living creature living in your body, but it'd be helpful. That'd be nice.
Yeah, it's cool. So,
it excretes the fucking language so you can hear it. It's fucking great. Into your brain.
Think about how AI is right now. That technology is only going to get better. So, how do you know?
I want a fish that shits English in my brain. God damn it.
I mean, the future is clearly like a cochlear implant that does it for you. Like that's some cyberpunk shit.
That's fucking scary shit right there.
Implant and a corneal implant for them to see whatever the fuck you want to see.
They've already designed and built a prototype of a contact lens that has a built-in fucking LED display.
Yeah, that's a little rough. I think that's a hard.
No, it's not. It's not something you'd be able to actually like wear comfortably every day.
It's not.
It's a hard, almost like sclera lens.
It's not to wear comfortably. They'd have to figure out how to magnify it enough so your eye can focus that close. That's the trick.
Well, they'd have to get a power source to it too. Like it's not self-powered. It's got a attached power source. Like it's in its early stage, but like still they're still working on it.
It's just a hot wire. It goes across the lens of your eye up to your into your temple.
Yeah,
that's lithium-ion battery right there. You good?
That's shit to your tear duct.
That's spyware. I forget what movie it was. They've actually done that for spyware, where they put in the eye, and so the people are listening to the person who's doing the spying, and they're typing messages to her, and she can read them in the eye. So they're telling her, they're giving her information that only she can see, but they can't see the contact. So they've already done that in movies. So I'm not surprised they're working on that.
That is the future I'm not looking forward to. Like I know they're talking about how glasses and contact lenses are like the future of phones, etc. And like the way corporations are,
I think it'd be less a contact lens and more like an entire optical replacement of your fucking eye.
I want to cerebral
but still,
implant.
I mean, all of a sudden you hear in your ear, hey, turn that off. You're in the bathroom. Remember to turn your eye off, asshole. Jesus Christ.
Why are you watching?
Fucking plug me into the Matrix. Fuck it.
You go to a fucking website today, you're bombarded with goddamn ads. You can only imagine what level they're going to take that shit to if they have the
dudes stroking out on the street left and right, just dropping like flies.
Oh man.
Look, and it goes in their cerebral cortex and they start speaking the fucking ads because they can't control it.
You can't turn
Amazon.com has free shipping. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this?
And an ironic turn of events, they just start reading all the possible side effects of the shit they got implanted in them.
That's a fucking all the medical commercials. That's what it would be.
I still remember seeing a story about somebody had like chips implanted to their arms so they could like access their cupboards or something like that.
Have you seen that?
Just reach it open and like pull it.
Oh no, there are people like there's people in I say California, but there's people like all over the place now where they're like look, we have implants for our work now. We don't even have to wear a badge. We just walk up and woo, and now we can pay at the store. And you're like, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's called
what happens when that credit card goes bad, dumb shit.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like it's one of those things like I call myself a lazy person, but surely I can't be that lazy. Just like I don't want to have to carry anything with me no more, even a small lanyard.
I want to be
Practice.
detected like a dog.
Practice. Can you see it? Practice. I'm sorry, your card's been declined. We have to cut your arm off now.
Yeah, you're fucking bring that hand here. We're cutting that up. Like, what the fuck?
You can imagine, right? Like I was telling last week about the whole situation. My credit card number got changed for Apple, and they changed the credit card number by themselves, and I wasn't able to access a movie that I already paid Apple.
Oh
full
fuck,
price
dude!
for.
Let's not talk about that. Jesus Christ, that's
So
a
you
fucking
can only
whole other can of
imagine
worms that's
what the
coming
fuck
up.
could happen. It was
That's
like that
another
Black
Sony
Mirror.
fiasco, dude. That's not just Sony. It's other places have been doing shit like that, but that's another statement about digital ownership in the future, and why that is actually an issue that'll affect everybody eventually. Because whatever deals they deal with somebody, some studio will be like, I rescind that deal now, thank you. And you're gonna go, well, where's all my? Oh, but you're gonna have to buy it again. Like I own it. No, you really don't own it.
No, I've owned it, but the
I know.
problem is the credit card, they weren't able to charge like the basic whatever for something else. And they changed. They're the one who changed the fucking card number, not me. Okay. And they said that your credit card was declined. Fix this before we can let you watch this movie you've already paid for.
They had one. This your fault. What you
Really?
mean? Like,
So, you don't remember that Black Mirror episode where like
Yes.
the guy goes out and sees everyone blanked out or something? I
Yep.
can only imagine a world like that, like, oh, okay, your credit card got declined or you're fucking broke, therefore we're not gonna let you see anything in real
Let's
life.
tie it to something it would affect us directly.
Yeah.
Something a lot of people maybe a lot of people don't think about, but about PS Plus and Xbox, your Xbox Game Pass membership, or the old gold package. When you you get those games for free that you would get if
So
you
long as you
can't-
have the service.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
Well,
minute they drop your service-
the old
some-
ones, the old ones. No, the old ones. Once you got them, you got them. But
Well,
yeah,
the gold ones,
within-
yeah, the gold
yeah,
ones, yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, because you paid for the service, but like PS Plus was actually the worst.
PS Plus, you had to.
They would,
actually
and they
sub.
told you, it's not like you didn't know, but if you didn't pay attention, which a lot of people that I talk to, they don't realize. They're all, no, those are my games. I'm like, no, they're not. They're
Have
gone.
you seen
ever
Twitter
canceled
lately?
your
A lot of those
service?
people don't pay attention. Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Nobody pays attention? God damn it! I've been doing my job.
Like people who realize that, you mean I stopped paying that, or that payment lapsed, and all of a sudden all my saved games are gone. I'm so glad Xbox doesn't pull that shit. Okay. I have saved games from like 15 years ago that I still have access to. You know?
Oh yeah, I got 360 games I still use. So
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, there was one I was trying to get Daytona USA because I'd never bought it back in the day, and there was a trick using an old version of. I have to hook up my Xbox 360 again. Is the problem? I'll have to hook it up, go into live, and then buy the game through my 360, and actually it'll update through my through the Xbox account now, and I can play it. I'm like, oh shit.
The only problem I had is because I had changed my gamer tag. I had to notify Xbox and get them to get my old gamer tag from my 360 to talk to my new gamer tag on the one, and then everything worked. Because at first it was going, wait, we don't recognize you. You've never had a 360 account. I said, bullshit, I got thousands upon thousands of dollars. Said I did have a 360 account.
Well, it looks like Cells showed up. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, so
Welcome.
How you doing? Welcome,
Hi.
welcome.
Hey. Oh yeah, we can hear you. You're a little
You're-
lower volume though.
I can't. I
Yeah,
know what you
don't
guys
say
talking
the
about.
word quiet, because that'll give her the wrong idea. Yeah,
Oh,
you're
that's
probably-
wrong.
I'm just saying just a little.
I'm just saying that you guys always have to talk shit.
Oh,
I'm into
Yeah.
you guys. What
Welcome to
happened?
the
Y'all
show.
just-
Welcome to the show.
I swear, I think I said this
Do
joke
it,
before.
I'm
Like,
fucking loud.
Yeah,
no, you're quiet. It's quiet as.
I was
yeah,
about to
your
say-
volume is low, Sales. Okay, yeah,
See, he's even
Yeah.
admitting it. I'm telling you.
I'm
her
innocent.
volume is low, not her mouth.
Triple's
That's
innocent
different.
is what he's saying. So do you think Triple's innocent?
I am.
Oh,
I don't think I brought this up before, but like I have a twin brother who gets roasted by a friend. So I'm just like, bro, I'm the same age as him. So when you make age jokes, I'm just caught in the crossfire, man. Like, come on, man. I'm just sitting here minding my own business.
Why do you got to bring me in
Don't
this?
act like I haven't heard you when I was loud. You're like on the side, like please don't. still hate
How you
Yeah.
keep on
like when
saying,
there's a specific
Ooh.
topic and then I get into it.
Oh no.
And it's like, oh no, she's gonna.
She's
do
like,
that.
I heard that shit.
I'm busy. I'm busy being addicted to Destiny to be calling the conversation. No.
Guilty by association, Triple. Deal with it. Okay.
God damn it.
Yeah, but
so
you were
let me
part of
say
the panel.
this and risk
Yes.
basically ending the show by saying this, but Cells,
Yes.
how is the finals going?
Did you get an A plus?
What? Yeah.
That's it?
I'm having fun. I literally play every second of the day.
Have you done what I've done and started paying a bunch of money to look different because you're driven crazy by the fucking shitty designs of things? You're like, what is wrong?
Okay,
this-
whatever you're paying Darth, it's not enough because you're still as ugly as shit. Okay. Just...
Dude in the game, asshole.
Listen, my light,
Oh, my bad, my
light,
bad. I
medium,
thought
and
you-
heavy,
You,
they
what is
look
it?
Good. My
What
light,
is it?
medium, and heavy, they look good.
Oh, I bet. I had to get you. You can guess what I bought right away, or I got the skull mask.
Oh, the gold
So-
one.
No, the black one with the purple eyes. Darth Praxis. Sorry, it just given. But no, I play that one all the time too.
Yeah, I just started ranked tournaments because you had to play like 35 games in order
To get into ranked, yeah.
to get
yeah.
into ranked. So I did it.
I haven't jumped in the ranked yet, so I've been trying to get good.
It's
Not
really
good.
good, and they just released a patch. So it's a lot slower than what it was during the beta.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, the beta we
Super
were
fast.
zooming. Yeah, like we were running. They kind of slowed it down a bit.
Oh, that's actually a good thing. That makes things a little bit more steadied. I know.
But still, light builds are like I mainly do light builds.
Mhm.
I'm mainly a light build because I use like the.
You like going
grenade.
invisible?
Yeah. Well, I don't even use that. I just use the grappling hook.
Oh yeah.
I
yeah.
zoom through those.
You want to
maps.
get
I'm
to places quick. Yeah.
Yeah, because my objective scores. I already banked in. I think in total $36,000.
Well, shit. Yeah, kicking my
Yeah.
ass. That's awesome.
Like around 36,000. Yeah, that game is addicting.
It's
it's really refreshing.
It's kind of like my I was telling earlier, my son-in-law, he plays like competitive for it. He's amazing, but he told me, I agreed with him. He said it's like Battlefield and Apex kind of mixed together, kind of with a little,
Overwatch.
and even a little Fortnite too. But it's the way it works. It's like it's a balanced play style. You really have to be good too and really focused. But it's enjoyable, and you can approach everything from a different perspective every time, no matter what. It's crazy. So
yeah, because like light builds are faster.
Mhm.
And they have stealth.
Yeah.
But you die quicker.
Well, yeah, I'm the healer. That's what I was in like
medium
Monster
build.
Hunter.
Yeah.
I do the medium builds all the time, and then I have to offset because every time I go into a lobby with randoms, which is all I play with, I jump in and everybody like wants to pick two of the same ones. I'm like, fuck.
Oh yeah,
So
I
have
always
to
switch.
Yeah, I have to
Like,
switch
I'll
to
go
help
into
everybody.
a
I'm like,
party
God
and
damn
there's
it.
2 lights, so I'm just like, let me just be my heavy bitch.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a great game. I'm
She
pretty
has
impressed.
long silver hair. she has I
You
got
didn't-
the vest.
You didn't get the pink bunny yet? Come on.
No. She looks like she's straight out of like commando style, like Marines.
Oh, cool.
Like
Well,
she has her
the belt.
the vest,
Oh yeah. The
combat
tack vest.
vest.
She got a
the
tack
tech
vest.
everything.
Oh, that's cool. Well,
And I
like I said, I've
so
been
many skins
enjoying
for
it.
guns, everything.
Oh yeah,
I already
it's a
unlocked-
slick game. It's a slick game. I like it a lot. So cool.
I like it because it's different. Because like if you do,
I don't know where he's
with
at. I
cash,
got lost. Hopefully,
Uh-oh.
he'll tag
like
up.
when you cash out,
Mm-hmm.
like everyone is running towards vaults.
Yes.
Then when you finally get to a cash out, it just becomes mayhem and all.
Oh
I
no,
do
it
is
gets
just
it's
blow
total
up the
insanity.
buildings. That's all I
Oh
do.
no,
Like,
what I've been playing is the whole when you pick it up, when you pick the vault up. I've been playing and it's actually getting worse every time I play. Everybody's treating the vaults like the cash out. So you're having buildings collapse everywhere around you, no matter what you're fucking doing. It gets nuts.
And remember that every time a game starts, if you check the top right hand corner, it'll like it gives you the weather.
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
It'll
weather,
tell
and
you
then
what the.
also like the
Yeah.
variants are, like if there, and then
Why are you
like
shooting
if
me?
there's a sandstorm coming.
Oh yeah,
or
it tells you all the
whatever
crazy shit. And there's crazy stuff that happens. It's actually a very
Alien
interesting
invasion.
game. Yeah, I know. Crazy shit happens. So good game though. I've been
I
enjoying
like
it.
it.
Yeah.
And I was so happy when they just announced it at the freaking like video game awards. They were just like, yeah, it's out right now.
Like
Yeah.
a shadow drop of sorts, yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. Oh yeah, yeah. We
Everyone
weren't sure when
play
it was
it.
going to come, and it just hit, and it's been a blast. It's been a lot of fun.
Don't
So.
be boring. Play it.
Don't be boring.
Speaking of boring, let's go ahead and go to our first topic finally.
Yes,
Um,
do it.
Yes.
Thank you for
So-
joining us tonight. Okay, you can find me on. Oh wait, no.
All right, so our first topic for
Great show,
tonight.
everyone.
Our first topic for tonight are PlayStation. This couple of weeks this week especially has been leaking like a sieve of sorts.
Leaking
And
like a who?
a sieve.
A sieve, you fool.
Oh, right. I'm a math man.
That's
I'm
why he's a math
math
teacher. That's why he's a
man.
math
Okay.
teacher.
Not English. Not English.
I thought he said sea. I was like, the sea is leaking. What?
Oh, go to hell. All right, seriously. Like,
Fuck
you're
you
probably
guys.
already in hell, but yeah. all
Why
right,
just
so
a flat earther? But the sea leaks. You know, it just drips over the side.
Continue on.
Where's
On
my
to the
goddamn bottle. I'm an Indian, so I can be an Indian. So
Do
sure.
it. Okay, so
All right, so yeah, the first thing we want to talk about was, Tom Henderson, massive leaker, and he writes for, I think, Bloomberg or one of these major corporations, and he posted all of the things that he knows about the PS5 Pro, half of which I really do not even know what the fuck they're talking about. So yeah, codename Project Trinity, 4K ray tracing monster, according to him. 23.04 teraflops. I don't know anything about that. Faster load times, new custom APU, 4 nanometer process, 8-core base Zen 4, integrated GPU, blah 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 blah. They're all there. Yeah,
Tech.
all this other crap. I do not know.
well, yeah,
what,
no, 60 CUs, which is 54, I think, is what the Series X has.
Mhm.
So it's higher number. Instead of RDNA 3, it has
Yeah.
3.5. That a lot of this I've seen actually two different ones. This actually looks more like a wish list as opposed to the other one that looked a little more
Yeah.
realistic.
I was gonna
'Cause
say
I-
somebody needs to bookmark this shit when it comes out. Go no.
Because there was another one that Tom
Way
was
no.
tied to. The other one that Tom was tied to, it actually was lower specs than this considerably. It was 14 teraflops, and it said that the CPU was just overclocked. And
Right,
that-
which is we've heard other places too that the
Yeah.
CPU is just
yeah, this looks like a wish list of the best of what they think it should do.
It's like
And-
Plus, we were hearing rumors that PlayStation was worried about the specs leaking because they were supposedly getting dev kits in the hands of devs like this week or some shit. So,
Yeah,
like, if they were worried about it leaking, this leak, quote unquote leak,
Yeah.
came out before we even
Yeah.
heard about them worried about leaks. So, like,
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
to be real.
The-
it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
This reads like a pony boy jizz list. It
Yeah,
really-
it's funny because
it's-
it says faster load times, then below it says built-in NVMe SSD enhancements. I was like, "What? You already get that with the load times? You just like it really sounded like you just pulled it from a checklist and like, yeah, obviously, if you so yeah."
So okay, so from what my understanding is from others podcasts and other people who've talked about it, is that the CPU is going to get a slight bump, if anything. It's the GPU that's going to do most of the evolving, if you will.
It's similar to what we got last gen because you
Mhm.
can't make the Pro significantly better because then you just have to really dev for two different consoles if you're having different performance gaps and things like that, especially with the CPU side of things. So I'm just expecting better GPU. That would make sense.
But like, okay, so my question is this: we can all argue that, all right, we were promised 4K 60 in the beginning of this gen, and we thought we were getting both 4K and 60, but it was more like 4K
Who is
or
we?
60,
Who is we? I was just like,
I mean, if we're going to be getting a quote unquote pro of any of these consoles, 4K 60 should be like the
That should be
bare
the
minimum.
big- oh, the
machines capable of
minimum.
doing.
Fuck yeah. Well, here's the other thing that basically looking at the specs on this thing. This is essentially, in essence, like a 3090 kind of aiming for, because the 3090 is like 24 teraflops, and ray tracing is capable. But even so, looking at games that, like modern games that run on like a system that runs with a good AMD or Intel chip and runs a 3090 with a lot of video RAM, that shit still can get kneecapped and struggle to run games like Cyberpunk above like 60 and 70 frames per second, and with ray tracing, everything fully turned on, it'll actually kneecap it and bring it down in the 40s.
I just go back to the whole ray tracing thing, because
the ray tracing is such a fucking stupid thing.
Exactly. Like, people have to understand how much of a tax it brings to the consoles. And
I honestly think it's not worth the horsepower required for
it's
many
shiny.
games.
Oh, look, it's shiny. Look,
The amount of times I've seen trailers where there's like a reflection in the water, and they're like, "Oh, it's got ray tracing." It's like, no, it's just screen space reflections. You can't tell the goddamn difference unless you like look up real quick and then look back down. It's just fucking reflection. So why does it have to be ray traced?
Yeah, really. In truth,
one of my biggest things with this list is there's no way they're going to keep the current price point if they do everything on this list. There's no way in hell.
Well, this is okay. That 23 teraflops, running it, trying to get 60. The processor speeds and everything.
Yeah.
Actually, see, this one says higher CPU clock speed at 3.6, and the other rumor I saw was like 4.5, but it had the teraflops down to 14 teraflops. And it had the GPU run slower. It was running at 2, which that made more sense. I'm like, oh yeah, they're trying to figure out how to weigh it so they can make it work. But the problem I have is, even if they hit this, like you said, it'd be really expensive. And this is where the Series X, in my opinion, should have been anyway. It should have been a 24 teraflop beast, and the Series S should have been what the Series X is right now. That's my opinion. That's what they should have done. They should have tiered it and put an $800 console out there, and then put the Series S as the X, and then had that.
But if they would have put an $800 console out there at the
people
time,
would have bought the fucking thing, dude. People would have fucking bought it out, guaranteed. Dude,
because we know that the Series S is the best-selling Xbox. People, when given the option between the cheaper one and the more powerful one,
of course,
right. So if you had an $800 Xbox and the S was now the $500 box, why would they then pay $800? We've seen that that's not what they're going to do.
Because they could get a system that could outperform a $2,000 or compete with a $2,000.
No, dude. At the time, they wouldn't.
Well, I know, but
they would have picked what the new S equivalent is, and you would have had a bunch of these $800
like they're
ones.
idiots. The vast majority of the kids nowadays know what computers are running.
But remember,
you know what I mean? They know about computers, dude. They know what's in them.
I agree.
Yeah, the parents are buying them these consoles.
Yeah, the parents are, but the kids are going to tell them what they want, and they'll be like, "I want the one that's fucking awesome. I want the one that's."
And then so let me get this straight: they both do the same thing, but that one's an extra $300. You barely even clean your goddamn room. When I ask you, you're gonna get this $500 one, and you're gonna like it.
I see the parents buying a lot of shit for kids, buddy.
No,
right. Again, but Praxis, we know from what happened now that they're going to buy the cheaper one. They know that the difference.
Well, then that's why you put the cheaper one at $499. If they were smart, that's what they would have done. No, I'm just saying, it would have been the smart. And then the Series X would have been there, but at least it would have been out there, is what I'm saying. Now,
but it wouldn't have been. Remember, we were going into a pandemic and other issues.
In truth, my opinion, when that all happened, yeah, they were 2 years too early. They should have waited 2 more years before they dropped all that shit. It was a dumb idea to begin with, because it caused.
We honestly could have waited.
We could have waited 2 fucking years, and they could have fixed
cross-gen games.
Absolutely.
And fucking just give me 2 years of PS4 and Xbox One games.
It would have been fine.
Legit fucking next gen consoles with better specs.
Yeah,
like I would have rather waited 2 years and then gotten a better spec.
You would have still had the cross-gen game issue, dude. No matter how long
you would have had the. Oh yeah, but I don't think it would have been as bad, and it would have been a cleaner break.
Yeah, because for 2 years essentially we were just playing.
Well, remember at the time we were going in, we didn't know
any bump to performance.
We know it. We didn't know at the time it was going to be 2 years. We didn't, they didn't. I mean, we can look back and say
of course. Now we're Monday morning quarterback. We're just saying that we wish that would have been the case. I would have preferred that.
2020, but I would say that the indication that shit was not right was when what was it, Black Ops Cold War came out, and then when Cyberpunk came out, and they dicked the fucking dog on the console. They were like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
what the fuck is
Especially
wrong
they're,
with
they're
this?
having issues getting
Cyber-
chips and shit. They'd been
Yeah,
better
well,
to wait for their
and
the
then you-
smaller
and then you
nanometer
see it-
dies.
And then you
and
see
not
it
have
run
to
on a
worry about
PC, and they were like, "What the fuck? It's running good here, but there and there," and it was just a mess.
Well,
And they were like-
Cyberpunk was a must. Besides that, dude, you can't use. Cyber.
Well, it was a mess, but no. But it was
Yeah.
it was indicative when you showed it on a PC. It did have
Yeah.
issues, but when you showed it on a PC and you showed it on a console, and even the good console was struggling like a motherfucker to get the thing to run. It's like, guys,
the massive
we
red
should have
flag
been
was the CD
waiting.
Projekt Red was like, listen, you can't show any console gameplay footage. As a matter of fact, you can't show any footage. We will provide the footage to you, and you can show that.
No,
This isn't pre-rendered. I swear to God, it's not pre-rendered. Yeah, but
No, but I mean, like the games even now, we can honestly say the games that are out right now are barely taxing the PS5. Can we say that?
Yeah.
Would you agree?
what?
Did the
Say it
games
again.
that are out that are playing that are currently on the PlayStation 5, whether they're third party or first party, they're not really utilizing all of the power.
Well, no,
of the
they're
PlayStation.
never really stretching their legs till the end of the generation. That's always the case.
well, you could say that, but I think they're pushing the limits pretty much right now.
Some of the limits are being pushed. I think
I'm s-
Spider-Man
yes.
2 pushed some of that. I mean, really.
I think we're seeing them
Yeah.
stretching out as far as they can go. Why would they
And
Final be?
Fantasy too.
Oh yes, well, and
Final Fantasy remake and rebirth.
oh, they're pushing the limits. Yeah, I would say, but the
Yeah.
Pro wouldn't even be a question right now if they weren't pushing the fucking limits. Seriously.
Shoot you the limit.
And, well,
Well, honestly,
I've said,
that's marketing though, because you release a Pro and people are going to buy it just because it's the new shiny thing. It
Well,
doesn't matter
yeah,
if it's
yeah, but-
needed
well,
or not.
but I've
But
been
you don't
saying
just
since-
release a Pro because you can release a Pro. You release a Pro because you're concerned about the competition's capability. That's why you release
not
a
just
new
that. I've been
system.
saying since they dropped it that the PS5 was not ready for prime time.
It
And
wasn't. It wasn't.
And
No.
that's part of what this is they're updating and correcting some of the issues that they've had with the hardware and with the software, and they also want to try to dingle you for more money by doing the disk drive is extra. And,
Oh yeah, no shit. No shit. Well, I was going to say the whole was it Mark Cerny? Is that who I'm trying
Yeah.
to remember?
Yeah.
That did the whole walkthrough of the PS5 and how it was designed and everything. That whole presentation explaining why they had to do this and why they have to balance the processor. It's because they wanted to save money. They didn't want to put as much into it as they should to make it fully powerful. And so they were like, we're going to save money and it's going to be a great idea here. And it's having problems because of all the things that they had to do to make it work. It's not the worst. It's still a good system.
The
but
form
limited.
factor, the form factor they used at the B24 cooling, propeller
Yes.
too.
Yes.
It's like holy
Yes.
crap, dude.
Well, the form factor for the whole system is a fucking question mark anyway. And but anyhow, yeah.
But who
Sailboat.
Are they
I
gonna
like
be
Sailboat.
selling this to? Like, my question is, okay, there are those individuals like us, like, okay, yeah, this is the next new and shiny. Let's go ahead and get it. But
It'll only be the hardcore, especially if the price point is higher. It's only going to be the
Mhm.
hardcore.
Oh,
That's it.
guarantee. Yeah, it's guaranteed it's going to be higher. I would be shocked if they
Yeah,
brought it out.
If these are
for
the
the
actual
same price
specs,
or-
like I said, if these are the actual specs,
Oh,
there's no
yeah.
way.
It's
No way
it's
in
at least
hell.
$200 or $300. It's at
Mhm.
least $200 more than what we're seeing now.
And
If
that won't
they're gonna
include the
if they're
disc.
gonna
and that
follow
won't
their previous formulas, it would release at the same price, and then the current PS5 would get a price reduction. But if the specs are going to be so much better, then I don't see how they release it at $500.
Okay, well, let
Well,
me
see, it appeals to people like me since I want to get one. Might as well just get the latest one.
Well,
Ah,
yeah.
see?
If people
Look at
that don't
that.
already have one, yeah.
Well,
they'll-
people that
they'll-
don't have one, yeah. if
Yeah,
they're like,
but
"Well,
I
that's a
mean, are you
better
gonna
one, I'll get
are you
that."
gonna spend $700 on the PS5 when you can get one for $5, or you can get one used for fucking 3 or 4?
What they'll do is they'll what they've done previously is all of a sudden the older ones will start getting pulled from shelves.
Yeah, don't you see?
I don't
short
really.
short ship.
I don't really see that happening with the cheaper
not if
models.
they're trying to hit 25 million consoles.
Yeah, like if you're trying to get sales, you can't. Oh, we just happen to run out of cheaper model. Like, oh, you just happen to miss that on sale.
Okay, remember who you're talking about here. Remember who you're talking about here.
Well, the question also is if people have stats on how the Pro compared to the original with the last generation. Because if numbers show that the Pro was outselling the PS4 base at the end, then I can understand. But if that's not the case, I don't see them trying to shortchange the base PS5 for the Pro model because the previous records don't show that people go with the Pro all the time.
I'm not buying this. So if I were to get the Pro, I'm not buying the
disc drive.
The disc drive because then
well, no, that's going to be an extra $80. That disc drive is going to be an extra $80.
That's another question.
Well, there's
not if you buy the one that already has the disc drive. It's only more expensive if you buy the one without it and then buy the disc drive separately. If you buy the one that already comes with the disc drive, it's regular price.
I'm betting their newer, better version's not going to come with a disc drive.
I don't know. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Of course they're not, because Xbox is coming out with one without it.
No, that has not been confirmed. We had until Xbox confirms it.
Brooklyn. They made that for me.
Okay. I was actually going to pivot to that as well. Like now, this strategy is a little bit different because like PlayStation strategy, according to Tom Henderson, was that they're going to release this mid-gen refresh, and that's going to carry them or usher them
to 2028.
2027, 2028, one of those times. And Xbox is like, okay, well, you know, we have the X. We're going to release a slim version that's not going to have a disk drive with more space or whatever. And we're going to release our
again.
Next console.
Xbox has not said that. Stop saying that.
No.
So speculatively, speculatively.
We're speculating here. You know, come on now.
So speculatively speaking, you could start that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, Phil Spencer said, well, you know, he actually doesn't mind the idea that, you know, that consoles become more like phones where every 2 or 3 years you get a smaller iteration and all the games are, you know.
I would not want that to happen.
Yeah, no shit.
But Xbox's strategy seems like they're going to do basically what they did with the 360 where they released the OG Xbox and then like 4 years into it, they released the 360, the upgrade one, before Sony had a chance of releasing their next gen version. So I think Xbox's strategy is, okay, we're not going to do a mid-gen refresh like a Pro version, but we're going to release the next iteration of the series console sooner than PlayStation. So what do you think that they're going to keep with that idea, or do you think that they're going to re-pivot and say, okay, well, now that PlayStation's releasing a Pro, maybe we should release a Pro as well?
Money talks. I would say if they see massive sales increase in PlayStation, if they see them moving consoles and people moving towards something like that, and they also start seeing a disparity between the game designs and the capabilities of what the PS5 Pro and the Series X can do, and they're worried about it. Honestly,
Nope.
I don't see that.
But it would have to be something like the specs that we're seeing here. It would have to be that, in my opinion, to even put that there.
My question would be, when it comes to game designs, how drastic can it be? Because you would still have to be building for the base model, wouldn't you? Because if your game design is leaning towards Pro, you just alienate them. So they won't really be able to change the game design in a drastic way. Because then a lot of people on the PS5, the current models, just wouldn't be able to play it.
Well, and here's another thing to think of too, to consider is look at what the Series X can do, and then look at somebody playing a game on like a 4090, right? And then you still see crossplay, you still see people playing with each other. You see the difference in the disparity. You can see what they can do. Obviously, they can run a lot more frames per second, and they can do ray tracing, and they can do, you know, really is the difference in performance and graphics so substantial that it makes you want to spend $5,000 on a PC.
Right, but I mean, Phil himself said like that they're not in the business of trying to out console Sony.
Correct.
He even said like we're not winning that. Doesn't matter what we do.
Where it really comes down to.
They're trying to bring people into the ecosystem, into the Game Pass ecosystem, and they don't need more powerful hardware to do that. They just need games.
And as of 2 days ago, you can get in the beta and do this Xbox shit on your Meta Quest.
I would say if you see what happened.
Cheap the Series S is now, that shit's about to
oh
be
yeah, it's super cheap. But if you see something like what happened to Baldur's Gate 3, regularly start happening to the Xbox, and they start using the Series S as their scapegoat again, and say we can't make it for this because that's so low spec. We can't do it. It's not like Microsoft can abandon it or ever.
They never said that. They never officially said that.
What, the Baldur's Gate 3, the
Series
developers
S was
they were talking about it and making a lot of allusions that they were struggling with some of the architecture.
But
we know that the Series S was the stumbling block.
No,
dude.
we don't.
We
don't know that.
I'm pretty sure.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
I'm pretty sure they said it.
No, they didn't. They never actually said it.
Guys, listen.
They never said it.
That's the Series S version has split screen.
Yeah.
Does it have split screen? Because I'm pretty sure that's the holdup is the fact that they couldn't get split screen running on it.
Yeah, they couldn't get the split screen.
And I believe they put like an announcement saying like, "Hey, yeah, put it out. The Series S may not have split screen." I have to look up for the exact quote.
I think they dropped it. They dropped it because that was one of their promises, right? They were going to do split screen. Yeah, and they couldn't do it because the Series S was the holdup.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
it was.
But either way, the situation currently with Xbox is they already have the cheaper console. They already have the more powerful console, and we see that right now, given the options, people are still choosing a PlayStation. So we're putting out a more powerful Xbox. All of a sudden, change that. They already have a more powerful box.
And
so to spend all this money to do that, like, would they put out at maybe, but would it be for the reason of trying to sell more consoles than PlayStation? I don't think so, because I guess that's not what they're trying to do, and it's not serving their cause, honestly. Like, they just need to keep doing what they're doing, and release games. And then honestly, it also, I think it'd be terrible for developers now to have this whole nother fucking, even with the PS5 Pro, like all these different multiple billion SKUs that they now have to try to optimize for.
Well, it sounds that way, but you consider what developers have to do with PCs, how many specs and how many different specs they have to go with already. It's not the hardest thing you think.
Well,
the problem is going how low you can go.
Oh, sorry. The Series S can be like a gateway drug. So, like, people buy Series S that are not familiar, right? And then, since it's limited to certain things, people, after they're from, like, for me, for example, I play the Series S because at the time I was like, I don't want to get into deep buying expensive shit and whatever. And now I'm like, oh shit, I want to upgrade. Because
if they release a more powerful Xbox now, it's going to be only the hardcore Xbox guys that buy the PlayStation. If they release PS Pro, only the hardcore. The not going to buy this new machine.
You're clipping in and out. So.
Yeah, I thought that was so sweet.
No. Yeah. It's still going at you. Yeah, your mic is giving you some trouble.
I think another thing people should look at, if they're not already having the thought process of last generation, things were very different when people were saying these consoles were just underpowered right out of the gate. Whereas, at least to my knowledge, I haven't heard that same conversation being said this gen. And why it seems like Phil's pretty adamant saying, no, we don't need a mid-gen refresh this generation because we have a solid product already. So I don't know. Like, if PlayStation does it, great, but with Xbox, I just don't really think they need to. But hey, wait. Plus, if they don't have it in the cards right now, I don't think that's way too late to just say, all right, we got to do one too because they did one. Because I'm like, that's a little late for that, don't you think?
Well, then it makes them look bad.
Chips in the works. So they always got chips in the works. So they
always got another console that they're developing for, probably.
Right. They can always say, you know what, like, let's make these chips, but then whatever other runoff that we get, we can bin those and we can use that for a Pro or something like that. You know, they can always do something of that nature. But no, here's the thing, though. You guys are talking about, like, they should have waited a year at least before they launched the consoles, the current gen consoles that we're on right now. And there is an argument to that, because, like, if you look at the Switch, as much as people hate or shit on the Switch and Nintendo and the way they behave, right now, everyone who is a Nintendo gamer is salivating at the mouth for the Switch 2. So, yeah, I'm not saying they should wait too long to have released it, but maybe, like, as Nintendo's doing right now, building up that demand so that when they do eventually launch it, there's a more stronger cadence for it, you know?
Yeah, like my broke ass. I have the fucking... I have the light. I have the Switch Lite. I'm playing Wonder on that bad boy. But I want to get an upgrade. See, I'm a fucking example of me having to buy the cheaper options because obviously I want a game, but I don't have money to drop like that because I have other shit going on, I'm happy.
Well, one thing is also to be said about all this, right? Like Xbox has this holiday season, Xbox has gotten a huge discount. Like you can get a Series S at Costco for $150, which is cheaper than a Switch Lite. And the X has gone down to $400. And people first thought that that was like a Black Friday thing, but then they kept continuing going forward with that. So my question is that are they getting ready to launch something? Because it seems like they're trying to clear inventory, in my opinion.
Yes.
So it doesn't seem that Xbox is.
Yeah, but if they're trying to clear inventory now, that would mean like they're trying to drop a new console next year or some shit, or even in the next 6 months.
Make bundles with Blade. Watch.
I don't think it's so much trying to clear inventory. They're trying to get more people into the ecosystem, and getting them a Series S and saying, "Hey, here's Game Pass." That's exactly what they want.
Not to mention,
they're gonna bundle a game. They're gonna bundle Blade. Watch, just like how these motherfuckers bundle their shit with games. Watch, when Blade comes out, they're gonna watch.
And the last thing I want to say, at least on the inventory system or comment, is that they raised prices like this year at one point. So it's it kind of goes against the idea of you raised it earlier this year. Like holiday season, that's probably what we're seeing the sale. But if you really want to get rid of inventory, you wouldn't raise console prices. And you would just do an overall decrease, not only
discount
on the
them so you get them out. You wouldn't go the other way. Agreed.
But you can't get any cheaper than $150 included with and plus with a game in package.
I mean, but we're looking at like really specific deals and bundles with stores, which isn't uncommon. But again, like if we really wanted to get the console off the shelves, we would just have a net decrease across the board and not just partnerships,
Military.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's an interesting thing to think about, but let's go on to the next leak. Oh, go ahead. Anyone else have anything to say on this?
No, it's a Series S fault.
About us broke people, right?
I am getting destroyed my phone right now, so that's all I gotta say.
I can't hear you from my ivory tower, peasants.
Fuck you, buddy.
Fuck off.
Okay, Insomniac had a ransomware attack. I don't know what in the end happened with that attack. I don't know if they actually paid the ransom or whatever happened, but
holy shit!
What now?
Wolverine looks like Wolverine.
Like ransomware attack. Insomniac.
Is this just recent or?
Yes.
Oh no, that's bullshit, bro. Those screenshots are from a fan-made trailer from years ago.
Yeah, like
is that what it is?
I feel like I would have heard something like if this.
Yeah, it's actually a really good. Well, not the one with the cow, the one with the cowboy hat. The one with the cow, I don't know where that's from, but the one where he's got the cowboy hat. There's a trailer that they made like right after that. The actual Wolverine trailer had
the little short trailer, yeah.
Some person on YouTube made what looked like it looks like that was the game. I'd be like, oh shit, that's awesome. But yeah, someone just made like a trailer of a character with a cowboy hat walking out of a bar down the street. It looked really good, and a lot of people thought that it was actually the game at the time, but no, it's a complete fan made trailer.
Well, there's some crazy, amazing like programmers out there who have access to Unreal Engine 5 and can do fucking insane things with it. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
They'll give you a walking sim, and that's pretty much about it. Like, look at it though.
Yeah, but I mean, they can make it look incredible.
Have access to Unreal Engine, they do all of their little like cool things and shit to sell.
Oh yeah, they take Zelda and they reimagine it in UE5. Running. They've done.
They all look damn same.
Like for example, have you ever seen the remake trailer for that fan made remake for Final Fantasy X? It's on YouTube. It looks.
I gotta check it out.
You're like, ooh.
But it's fan made.
If that was enough,
it fuels my hope.
So in today's news, Abby took a 9-iron to The Last of Us Factions 2. Oh,
yeah,
no.
basically, Abby. Yeah, so that
God
was
damn it,
everybody
Abby.
can't even shut the fuck up on Twitter about this shit. Oh god.
Well, Naughty Dog came out officially
Games
on
get
record.
canceled every day. He gonna be alright.
Well, they said in their post something pretty interesting. It says, in ramping up to full production, they said basically they started with their multiplayer division, and what they were showing was promising. However, in ramping up for full production, the massive scope of our ambition became clear. To release and support The Last of Us Online, we'd have to put all our studio resources behind supporting post-launch content for years to come, severely impacting development on future single-player games. So we had two paths in front of us: become a solely live service game studio, or continue on to focus on single-player narrative games that have defined Naughty Dog's territory.
I just want to say there's a third option. I don't work for the devs, so I don't know, but a suggested third option is not, if it's not working out this time, go back to what we had in Uncharted 2 through 4 in the original Last of Us, where we had multiplayer, but it wasn't a grand scale Division style, because that's what I was expecting, the way they were describing, like a division size multiplayer in the Last of Us universe, which sounded cool, but if they can't reach down, like, shit, this
and the fourth option would have been to hire more for the team, so you can split your team.
It's not like they might not have some money. You would think.
It's ridiculous to be like, listen. The reason why we canceled the guys, I don't think you understand. The shit we made was so good. It was so fucking good that had you released it, Sony would have relegated us to a live service studio, and we didn't want that. We just made the shit that was too good, so we shit canned it. Like, that makes no goddamn sense. That's essentially what they said.
The sucky thing I hate about this conversation I'm hearing a lot of people say on Twitter is, like, I'm glad for them to focus back on their single player roots, and I'm just like, guys, like, was it the come on, guys, Uncharted 2 was the first time they had multiplayer, and every release after that, aside from The Last of Us 2, had a multiplayer component. And it's not like the single player portion was trash. Like, as far as, in my opinion, every offering Uncharted 2 and forward with multiplayer had a phenomenal single player with a decent multiplayer. So I see people say, I'll go back to your single player roots. I'm like, did y'all not play their last few games that came out? And if anything, the only reason they didn't have multiplayer is like the remasters is removed the multiplayer portions.
My biggest issue was with their statement of, well, when we started to go to the next step, to when we started to ramp up, we figured out that it was going to be too much. You guys are really bad at your job, because you should have figured that out long before you did the ramp up. Okay. When you were doing the legwork and laying out what needed to be done, you should have looked at it back then and went, yeah, this isn't going to work. You know, not you.
How much money they fucking spent on this shit. Like, obviously, there's going to be things they learned and new processes they've created that they'll be able to roll over into other projects. But still, how much money did you waste on this shit? I honestly, I don't give a fuck. I didn't like the push to live service anyway. So, like, when Factions, I heard Factions come out, I'm like, okay, cool. But it going away, especially since I hadn't fucking seen it. Like, I'm not invested in it. Like, if they showed me the game and it was amazing and then canceled it, I think I would feel a little bit worse than canceling something I've never seen.
But the cost to develop it, real quick, the cost to develop and stuff like that should have been done in pre-development, in pre-production. That should have all been, you talk to your team and say, okay, what do we need? You know, what services do we need? How many people are we going to have to keep on to oversee this? That should have been done before they got to this point. Absolutely. That way they could have went, well, we have a choice. We either hire more people, which, you know, that's how some of these companies get so big, because they hire people. The thing is,
this is Naughty Dog's first game, so they had to have known this shit. So their reasons, their excuses, it
falls flat.
It must have been some other reason.
Because
the only way this works is if they're that disorganized. The only way this works is if they're that disorganized behind the doors.
You were saying, Cells?
Yeah, what was that, Cells?
I have a question, because I'm not familiar with what it would have been, but
neither are we, because we didn't see it. All we can go off of is original Factions was just an add-on to The Last of Us, where it was a fucking PvP
arena-ish. Arenas fighting using the Last of Us features in the campaign.
I think couldn't you get infected?
No,
what was
you
that?
couldn't get infected. It was just arena. It was just PvP. What I'm assuming, and this is purely off of what they were saying, it almost sounded like, think the Last of Us universe with like Division style in terms of the size and scope, maybe. But because they were saying it was going to be like a whole, it's going to have its whole narrative and story. I think that's the thing. They were trying to weave a full-on narrative.
Well, that just sounds like a new game.
PvP.
Fucking arena style multiplayer.
Exactly.
For The Last of Us and fucking zombies and everything.
Right. Nobody asked for a fucking story, and the fact, just give us the fucking PvP shit. It doesn't need a goddamn story. Like, just give us what you gave on the add-on for the first Last of Us. But I think that's what fucked them, is trying to do this shit.
It sounds like it just got grandiose. Like
it did. That's exactly
I just think that whatever studio, what's the studio for these people?
Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog.
Naughty.
They're busy streamlining the money that they have to all the other fucking Last of Us shit that's this and that,
Remaster remake. Remaster remake.
So they're like,
Oh.
this is what we have left in money.
Speaking of that, there was
That project.
what was the
Yeah.
community
Of course,
notes in
they fucking made it,
Twitter
Jake.
made a comment about that. That was,
What?
I have to read the quote exactly, but they made a community. Twitter made a community notes to the Last of Us news, and they're talking about something along the lines of Naughty Dog says that they had the manpower, but they had the manpower to do like remasters and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Yep, yeah.
that's
Anyway,
why all of the
Oh,
money
sheesh.
that they're fucking trying to divide, whatever budget they fucking have, I don't know, but it has to be in some way, shape, or form that way.
Well, yeah, no, but the
They
budget they would have
not
had
giving them the
for
support,
factions
that's
would have been
why.
higher than for
That's
remasters
what
because
happened with
PlayStation
X-Defy.
increased the percentage they were putting into specifically live service games. So it's
Yeah,
not like they didn't have the money. Like whatever reasons that they gave, it's not manpower. They're one of the biggest studios out
Yeah,
there. It's
the
not
reasons-
money. It's
the
not
reasons-
talent. It's something else, and I don't
It
think
just
we'll
didn't
ever
hold
find
water.
out.
It was a
They
bunch
just
of
want more
nonsense.
money in their budget for the end
Yeah.
of the year. So they can get their bonuses
Like you said,
and all that
Pinocchio's
bullshit.
nose was sticking out pretty
Yeah.
far.
It's
Yeah,
here's our
it's-
post, here's our story. Go away. We're not telling you anything else.
Exactly.
We got the news like
Look.
yeah.
I look. Where's Cozy?
What
Oh shit.
She's on her way.
What?
Get to
Why?
the first.
Uh-oh.
podcaster
Yes,
of
sir.
the
Oh,
year?
Doom. I've not heard from you.
I thought
in
he was
a
about to
while.
walk away. Like,
Before
he got
I
no
go to lunch,
pants.
anything-
Walk and everything.
Put those back on.
Look,
Uh,
go ahead.
Well, I was going to sit there and say, Triple kind of pointed it out. When I played Factions, that was one of the best multiplayer games I've ever played. I mean, it was simple. It was good. You're crafting. You're putting all that stuff together and everything. It was. I played. I mean, I platinumed the game. You had to go through that whole process. But after, so many matches, you start to pick up. It is difficult to pick up at first. At least for me, it was.
Mhm.
But the thing that see, this is what I'm not understanding. Okay, and I'm actually going through this with my job. I get what Triple sat there and said with Uncharted 2, 3, 4, and then Factions. You had some kind of multiplayer, part in your game. I just think it was something kind of simple to put together, team deathmatch, capture the flag, you're just your ordinary stuff for Uncharted. And then what I think Factions only had 3 modes. It was like survival, something else, and kind of like a team deathmatch. But the thing that I didn't understand is you're taking teams that they're not, we're going to say great at multiplayer games, and you're basically forcing them to make a multiplayer game. I don't understand it. It's like
PlayStation is that? Lower the volume. The fuck?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
I see that.
Of course it was
Yeah.
him. You knew.
Is that that master logo? Who's that again from Naruto? What's his name? Obito? I'm sorry.
It's the Master
Uh,
Collection that I'm playing. Sorry, my bad.
no,
my bad.
okay.
Carry on, Doom. My bad.
but the thing
You
is,
see his
it's like
boxes.
me at work and
I'll
that.
talk about that Naruto mask. But,
I'm good at doing
Oh,
housing and everything,
Yeah.
but yet I'm getting transferred over to a commercial side where I struggle and that kind of thing. But I don't understand. The thing is just stick to to me what you're good at. You got these other studios. You went out and bought these other studios to fulfill that multiplayer itch or whatever you got with PlayStation. I wouldn't go to Naughty Dog or Insomniac. And Insomniac actually has multiplayer experience too. I mean, they did, the Resistance.
Resistance, Sunset Overdrive.
Great.
Multiplayer was fun.
Yeah.
And then also with the Ghost of Tsushima,
They added a multiplayer component, and that was solid too. I played it. I was like, this is pretty decent. Like,
Yeah, all the kill zones were pretty fun. The multiplayers.
And
Oh
see,
yeah.
The
and
Ghost of
you
Tsushima
know what?
multiplayer has some campaign sprinkled in. That's very nice. It's a nice touch.
Here's the problem. They didn't understand the assignment. The assignment, if you were going to do a fucking faction standalone thing, it's take what you had in the original factions, make it look graphically like The Last of Us Part 2, add some of the new mechanics like prone and all that other bullshit, and then more maps, more modes. Like that's it. But what do? They try to make it like a regular Last of Us game with a full narrative and all this other shit. Nobody asked for that. Like, why are we trying to do all this other shit? Just make the fucking factions.
I wanted to throw this out there, and you know, people are going to sit there and go, nah. But you know what? Guerrilla with Killzone 2 and 3 were really good multiplayer games.
Yep.
I mean, they were really good multiplayer games.
Now they were solid. I just kept going back to Call of Duty though. That's just me.
See, they listen when Killzone 3. The reason why Killzone 3 died is because of that's when Sony got hacked. I remember sitting there as soon as I got that, I couldn't get off that game. I just could not stop playing that game. It was really addicting. And then all of a sudden, boom, that happened. And then the Gears 3 beta came out. Well,
everything changed when the Gears 3 came out.
There you go. But Sony's kind of killed their own momentum when they've had decent, I'm going to say decent multiplayer games or franchises or whatever you want to call it. I just think that again, and I said this before a while ago, they're chasing money, and you got to stop chasing the money. You gotta
the other problem doing is instead of just releasing these multiplayer games, they release them and say, "Oh, this is going to be a Halo killer or a Call of Duty killer." Why are you saying just release the fucking game?
Yeah. Well, I think that's just one of the marketing speech. One of the things also is that I'm curious on when it comes to their multiplayer offering, they lean so much on the Call of Duty side of things. Like, hey guys, we don't got to worry about this. Call of Duty is a top play multiplayer game, so just put all of our chips on the table into the single player portion. So they just really cut back on their multiplayer offerings because they had something on their platform already fulfilling that.
Even without Call of Duty, Call of Duty, let's say tomorrow went completely Xbox exclusive, you still have Apex and all these other games, Battlefield, that are still multiplayer. So they didn't necessarily need to develop their own multiplayer games. The third party's there to make them for them.
See,
the people that play more than I could bet you that, including myself. Yeah, the campaign was fucking trash. I didn't even have any interest in playing it. Everybody goes straight into the multiplayer. Do you know how?
Well, I think
that's the reason why a lot of other multiplayer games don't end up. Look what happened to X Defiant.
Why? Let me throw this out there. Wasn't there something out there, and I might have heard this on somebody's show or something like that today, that they are working on Last of Us 3, and
they have a new game in the works,
other projects, and had everybody off those projects to actually just go full board into the multiplayer game. Is that right?
They gave us. That's the excuse they gave.
Yeah, because they say we have to
this is the other thing. Listen, if you're going to tell us after this many years that you've canceled factions, it should have been, hey, listen, we canceled factions, but by the way, we're working on this, and this. You can look forward to these in the future. But to not tell us what they're working on and then say we also canceled factions is like, well, then what the fuck are you doing? Like, at least tell us what you are.
And get this, not only that, they just put the message and then they cut off our replies, so nobody could directly
we're closing the doors next week, and we're not coming back.
Yeah,
there are a bunch of fucking soft bitches over there at Naughty Dog.
Because it's whoever said all they need to do was expand on what they had. It's so disappointing because Factions was good already, and a full expanded. And the thing is, you can have an active multiplayer without it being like
live service. Fortnite. size game. Like, do we having a simple multiplayer portion is good enough? And for me personally, I would just love like a horde mode style in Last of Us. That's pretty much my lean towards. Like, give me a horde mode style. I'd be happy.
There's probably a reason why there's no live service games that are narrative driven, because they are two completely different. They're like opposing forces. You either have a live service online multiplayer game or you have a narrative driven game. To try to do both, I think, was just not an intelligent design or concept. And then if I could say we're gonna do this, I just think that was fucking the wrong idea.
So everyone here is agreeing with the same thing. Maybe they were trying. They bit off.
They got too ambitious. Yeah.
They bit off more than they could chew. Like,
Naughty Dog got to the point where they think they're the fucking greatest thing. Neil Druckmann's over here making HBO TV shows and shit. Right?
I'm curious on how much, like, just the detail, because they had the stories that came out of getting the single player portion out alone and how much work they had to put into that. And then it was like, okay, let's do that same, probably not the exact same level, but still a decent level into the multiplayer. Like, someone should have said, hey, we barely survived doing this in the single player. Maybe we shouldn't, like, we should have a multiplayer, but let's scale it back like early on. So that's just I'm just so curious about that. Like, sheesh.
Yeah, the thing is, with the multiplayer, they could have just, I mean, there's lots of things that could have just been done, but fundamentally, I think the other thing is when the examination of a live service game, it as in the wrong sort of way. There's like live service games where you're constantly pumping in money, you're constantly but there are live service games that they give you everything you need to just continue on. And they just, have like a handful of people. Like, I know State of Decay, I play that a lot, and that's live service, but they constantly have like a small skeleton crew that updates it. But it's not everyone, it's just like a small handful of people that are like, okay, we'll keep this up.
So
the other thing is that they're worried about releasing something that's not going to get the accolades and praise that they are used to getting. I think that's the other thing. They're worried about, we're going to release this thing and people aren't going to like it, and it needs to be Naughty Dog quality of shit.
I actually think what it is this. I think that it is so big that they looked at it. They're like, this is its own thing, and in order for us to do it right, we're going to have to devote like one part of our studio just for this game going forward. Now the problem is that
then you go to Herman Hulst and say, listen, bro, this thing's gonna be lit. We need more manpower. Get us some fucking people, bro.
Saying is like, okay, we are not
enough money to do that.
But they sure should.
But they're not
for that. There's more important things there.
Huh?
So my question is, does that?
It doesn't matter. You would think that Naughty Dog is one of the studios that if any studios have the faith of PlayStation, it would be the Naughty Dogs, the Insomniacs, like the Guerrillas. Those are the ones that.
This. Who's played Last of Us? Everyone on this panel has, yes. But I guarantee you that my 13-year-old boy has not played Last of Us or Last of Us 2.
Right, but PlayStation's trying to make this push into live service wise, and if they went to Herman Hulst and said, listen, we are going to make the best live service game that has ever fucking existed. We just need more money or more people or more whatever. Like, I don't see any reason why PlayStation's going to be like, nah, we ain't giving you that, bro. Shut it down. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Take Fortnite out of the equation, but look at like Apex. Apex pivoted off of Titanfall. Warzone pivoted off of Call of Duty. They don't have anything they're going to pivot off of besides Last of Us. And for that generation that plays live service games, Last of Us is a non-issue because they've not played it. Because they're not into those types of games in general.
It's irrelevant though, Wize. The name itself, everyone knows what The Last of Us is. Everybody. And we just had the HBO show where a lot of people who aren't even gamers now know what the fucking thing is. Like, it's not a non-issue.
You were saying?
XDefiant was okay, like how you mentioned, like how different multiplayers are from other games. Because XDefiant was from Tom Clancy. I forgot Division. I forgot what it's called.
What?
Ghost Recon.
Yeah, and then
And Bungie actually pivoted off of Halo's pedigree, and that's why they did so well, right?
Well, Yeah.
Until
And
recently.
Destiny
I,
2.
yeah, and Destiny. I mean, the whole history of Destiny, you could argue if it's been well
Oh.
or not. So,
Right.
Yeah,
but
because the launch of Destiny 1 wasn't amazing.
again, the whole thing comes down to again, hindsight will always be 2020, but understanding the scale and just looking at so many other games in the industry, and understanding what we're going for, the manpower we need. Because I just like, someone had to just have some understanding. If they're saying, hey, we're not going to be able to sustain this now, how long did it take for you to say with the manpower that we currently have before you realized, before you came to that realization? And I'm just, how can I put it? I look at the Halo situation and how everybody was just going after them and mismanaged this, that, and the third. And it's like, is that the same conversation we're going to have for The Last of Us? Because so far it's just been, oh, no, it's fine. Go back to your roots and leave it at that. And the Halo is getting dragged left and right, and rightfully so. But it is a different conversation I'm seeing from some individuals in terms of the end result that we got with The Last of Us, and just saying, all right, it sucks, go to the next project. Nothing about possible mismanagement or anything like that. If it took this long to come to this conclusion. So that's just things I've been noticing in the conversation.
And also notice one thing else as well. A live service game for a corporation, for a publisher like Sony, is no better than gambling on a roulette table. It may hit, it may not hit, right?
Mhm.
Whereas
for every 10, 9 are going to fail.
Yeah.
But you know what this development house of yours can do. You know that if you put out Last of Us 3 or the next new IP from Naughty Dog, you have a bankable success. If it is the same type of game that Naughty Dog has been making, those single player games. So,
but here's the problem with that, Wize, and Sony knows this, is most of their games are one and done. Right. So they get that initial pop from the customer, and that's it. Well, no, but wait, just stop. Like, but
wait a second.
No, but I mean, as far as the money goes, you know, they don't have
done game. Call of Duty is one and done game. So is Battlefield.
No, they're not.
So one thing I will say for the one and done thing.
Can I finish what I was trying to say first?
No.
Jesus.
Yeah,
go ahead. God damn it! It's this man's birthday. Let him speak.
Don't pull
this ain't Paul talking.
Oh, happy birthday, bro.
This is the Trace talking. Go ahead, Paul.
No, all I'm trying to point out is that don't do that, please. All those other games, what they're looking for is they are looking for their Call of Duty where they can do battle passes and yearly things, and seasonal content, and can they do that with The Last of Us? Can they do that with when I say one and done, I mean most of the time, with the exception of DLC, which they'll add later, it's not a continual source of income.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they want games that are going to be residual income by people constantly pumping money
into it.
Say
is that
if you know hypothetically you're
real
get
quick,
20 million sales, know you're going to get 20 million sales in this one and done game, as Paul said. That 20 million is what they say, man is worth two in the bush, right? So
yeah, but here's the thing: why some suit in a fucking in a what do you call it? A room somewhere was like, listen, bro. We can make this game. It's going to make 20 mil, or it's going to sell 20 million copies, and that's it. Or we can make this game. It's going to sell 20 million copies, and then it's going to give us money every month for the rest of our fucking lives. So and we're like, we'll do that one. That sounds easy.
No. I just want to put
out. That's what happens.
The only thing I want to point out is when we say most of their games, let's remember before The Last of Us Part 2. Every game after Uncharted 2 had multiplayer already in it. And Uncharted 4 already had some form of microtransactions in it with the loot boxes they had. So that's the only thing I want to say when it comes to most of their games, unless you're going all the way back in their catalog. Like in recent memory, a lot of them had multiplayer. Like 2 to 4, so that's 3 right there. And the first Last of Us had multiplayer. And The Last of Us Part 2, with how long it's been since we got it, was the only one that didn't have multiplayer.
It was almost all their games during the PS3 generation that had some form of multiplayer.
There's always some connection with like RPGs and with like different multiplayers, because even with the Callisto Protocol, that was supposed to be within a PUBG universe, but then
I think they said that for like marketing deals or something.
You think no? Why would they say that?
They
It's
give
'cause
Josh
I
Jamal a
can
fucking
say-
frying pan in the game, and they're like, "Oh, the PUBG universe."
I did hear that was what they said it was supposed to, but weren't it was something about like they were published with the people that did PUBG or some crap like that, so they had to mention the PUBG universe connection somehow. But
They
it
were
really
trying
didn't.
to, but then
Yeah,
it
it
ended up becoming its
didn't
own
make
shit.
any. It didn't really do anything.
And
for
nobody
me.
bought it for that anyway. People bought that game because of the fact that these were the guys that made Dead Space. Nobody
Yeah.
gave a fuck about the PUBG. If there was
Well,
one.
I
Yeah.
played Callisto Protocol, and when I fucking
It was
was
trash.
playing, no, it wasn't.
It was-
Did you burn it after you were done playing it? Did you eject those Cedo-Cuz out of your fucking consoles and
I don't want
get the shit out of here?
Conversation. I was super hyped for the game. I bought it day one. I was disappointed. It was good,
you
but
guys
I was
need to go
disappointed.
in with a more positive mindset when you're.
I bought it. I was like from the makers of Dead Space. I'm their day one, baby, and I was their day one, and it was doggy shit.
And I beat it, and I was like,
It's a good game, and it was a love
It
setting.
was
The developer setting
dookie sauce.
Dead Space.
Dookie sauce on my hard drive, and I fucking deleted that shit when I was done.
yeah, just the last thing to say on Callisto, so we're gonna topic like we always do. It was an okay game. It was okay. I was just super disappointed because I'm like, these are the guys for Dead Space, and Dead Space did it so much better. Even the remake, I mean, remake was a remake, so of course you can do it better. But their decisions, I was like, it was a miss. But anyway, back to the Last of Us topic. Anyone got something else?
Let me
to
bring
say?
Loki into this because Loki, you look like you're about to pass out. I don't know if
It's
that's
like
the
these
cardboard
guys
cutout or
are-
you, but yeah, like, do you have anything to say about this Last of Us Factions 2 being canceled or
He's
whatever?
gaming.
I'm
He
sorry.
just didn't want the
I
shit poured out
was-
of him anymore.
I'm playing.
He's playing
Sifu,
WRC,
my bad.
bro.
Are
Are you playing Sifu?
I'm actually playing Sifu. Yeah, I'm playing Sifu.
That's a good
Oh,
game,
the
man.
greatest fighting game ever.
Yeah. Oh, cozy. Ugh.
The combat is
About
mint in
this
that fucking
topic.
game. It really is.
Are we?
Yeah, it is. It is. About the topic specifically.
Wait, I'm
I-
stuck
I
on
lo-
Cozy, stuck on her salami over here.
What?
Yeah, we're paying attention, but we're actually more intrigued. with
What?
Cozy's
Is this
getting
Twitch?
down on the sausage.
Is this Twitch?
Shut up.
Can you put
I don't
that
get
She's
paid.
like, listen, guys, I'm doing
No,
this and I'm
hey,
camming
I'm
at the
out.
same time.
without
Don't
Wise,
hurt
your
my
mic is very
hustle.
low.
Yeah, your mic is
Your mic is very
low.
low, Wise.
Oh God, I'm
Put the
done, guys.
volume
I'm
up.
done. I'm out. I'm out.
Turn that mic up.
Look,
But
look,
Loke,
go ahead. Look, go ahead.
yeah.
Okay,
I
go
got a
ahead.
water
As for
meat
the
in my mouth.
topic,
What-
oh my god.
She said that.
You know, when a woman eats a sausage, I gotta watch. I'm sorry, Loke.
She's storing her cheeks like a fucking chipmunk.
Oh my gosh.
Go
Lord.
ahead.
Look, continue.
Anyways, I'm not at all disappointed. I don't give a flying fuck about The Last of Us. They ruined it with The Last of Us Part 2. So
Yeah.
anything they do at this point for me is just
You didn't like
I'm
butt sex with
watching a
Abby?
dumpster fire.
Shush.
I don't care about. Let's
Of
move
every
on to the
female
next thing.
in that game, we had to see Abby's
Oh,
He-Man she titties. Not nobody else's.
so random. Oh my gosh. And Mel, I
Butt sex-
hate Mel so much.
Anal is anal. I like it no matter who's involved. Okay?
Bro, with her fucking Rambo pectoral muscles, it just looked like fucking two dudes butt fucking. I was like, what is this? Why have you shown this to me, Naughty Dog? What have I done to you?
It was long enough to get my wank off. Okay, that's all.
That was
I
the
needed,
most
okay?
feminine
That's all.
Hold on, hold on.
What?
Are you talking about the sex scene? Because that's like
Can you move on to the
Wow.
next person? This is getting too weird for me.
That was long enough for me to get my like. That was, yeah.
That was the
Anyway.
best scene of the whole fucking game.
That was
Maybe the
random
whole
as
series,
fuck.
if you ask me. Abby's butt sex.
No, dude,
So-
I was
Well,
like,
you
I was like,
know.
fucking really?
I was like,
Yeah,
wow,
I don't
really?
know.
Let me replay that shit. I went back to my last save and kept going back, kept going back.
My man's got paid.
Hey, why
oh,
Sells
oh,
is backstage. Sells is backstage, wanting you to open the door, let her back in.
Knocking at the door, buddy.
Knocking
She
at the
can't get in
door.
by herself.
What
What's
do you
she
think
think?
about Abby's butt sex?
Oh,
Come at you
Lord.
live.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking
Knock,
about.
knock, knocking on Abby's door.
More power. Have all the butt sex you want. I didn't see that shit though.
That was random as fuck. I just want to say, that was nice. I was like, oh yeah, this Last of Us is awesome. Oh shit.
Yeah, all I know is that listen, with this shit canceled now, we better hear what they're working on.
I just imagine,
Because it's like now you said you're diverting all the resources to your other projects. Cool. What are they?
The last thing I want to say, just imagine we could have had Jack and Dexter 3 remake by now, like the whole series, the whole trilogy. Like,
listen, a lot of these companies tend to not like money, bro, because we as the fan base are like, hey, why don't you make this? And they're like, nah, fuck you, we're gonna make that. And it's like, but nobody's asking for that. They're like, we're gonna do it anyway. Like, a lot of companies do this shit.
Yeah. Well, speaking of companies that are actually listening somewhat, now this is not a PlayStation leak, but this is something that actually came out. Sega trademarked these 4 games: Altered Beast, Eternal Champions, Jet Set Radio, which we already saw. And Kid Chameleon. Now, I don't know about Eternal Champions and Kid Chameleon, but I can say I am very excited.
Altered Beast.
Altered fucking Beast, dude.
Yo. Yes, it was, dude.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
I was like, bro, I'm a fucking werewolf. I was like, yo, this shit's awesome.
No, when you change into a fucking dragon and say stage 2,
I remember that shit too.
Oh shit, man. I'm a goddamn dragon, you know? So yeah.
I love fucking Altered Beast, man.
Yeah. So anyone have anything to say about this shit? Anyone excited about any of these games?
Just a radio.
Kid Chameleon or
that's it.
Eternal Champions?
It's a radio.
I'm excited for them. I just don't know if they're gonna be like $70 games. I don't know if I could justify $70 Altered Beast.
So my question for you guys, if anyone, House of the Dead was on that list too, right? Do you guys House of the Dead? I could have sworn House of the Dead
was it? I didn't see it on. It wasn't on that list. They need
to come out with some new light gun technology because all the light guns don't work with modern TVs.
Will we want to see it traditional House of the Dead, or will we like to see like Resident Evil or something?
I would like to see a Typing of the Dead. I would like to see that shit was good on the Dreamcast. Typing of the Dead. Did y'all remember that game on the Dreamcast?
Oh yes, I remember Typing of the Dead.
I actually don't.
Yeah, and then there was mail filing of the dead. And copying of the dead.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy that. I mean, I don't know anything about Eternal Champions or Kid Chameleon. Anyone ever played that?
Yeah, I don't know anything about this either.
I don't know. The only game I've ever played on a Dreamcast was Soul Calibur.
Yeah,
Soul Calibur is the shit.
Oh yeah, that was the baddest game ever. Baddest like port ever on a system, or one of. It was one of my favorites.
I remember going into software, etc., and seeing that being played on a screen, and I saw, and there was Aladdin's arcade in the mall that I used to shop in.
Yep, and it was like identical.
And no, it was better. The console version was better than the actual arcade port, and I'm like, wow, that was like the first time I remember seeing a console version being actually having a better fidelity. Yeah. So I remember that vividly. I'll take that vision to my grave.
Well, and people, I don't know if they'll remember that it's the biggest deal ever, but the Dreamcast was the basis for Sega's then line of arcade machines called the Naomi board, which was a Dreamcast. And so all their arcade ports were literally a Dreamcast on a system. They work perfectly. So it's kind of a cool thing. So at the time,
if Sega hadn't released 15,000 consoles between the Dreamcast and the Genesis, man, they may have still been around, because we got the 32X, the Sega CD, the Sega Saturn, like all this shit. And most of them were just add-ons to the Genesis. And then here came the Dreamcast. Like, dude, way to confuse fucking the public.
You know, people talk about all this fucking console wars between PlayStation and Xbox. But I think the better console wars was between
Super Nintendo and Genesis.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, I loved it. The back and forth and shit like that, and all the games and shit. I mean, and Genesis really gave Nintendo at that time a run for their money, you know? With
Sega was the edgy console for the cool kids, and they fucking marketed that way. And Sega does what Nintendo don't. It's like, yo, who fucking thought of that shit? Give them a fucking raise, blast processing. What is that? Don't worry about it, kid. Blast shit.
You don't need to know. Just know it's better.
I mean, so like this generation's war it seems kind of pathetic.
Yeah, the fucking 18-bit wars, man. That shit was dope. I've watched so many documentaries on that shit. It's so interesting hearing like all the shit that happened.
So, I
I think it's way less of like a console war shit now, especially because the consoles are pretty much the same thing. Just this one's got a little bit better.
This one's white and this one's black. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean they're essentially the same thing, same architecture. The Genesis and the Super Nintendo were like not even close to being the same.
You're a fucking idiot.
I couldn't help myself.
The games were like so
right
polar
there.
different.
I think I had to say it.
Like you had your fucking Sonic, which was like running like a goddamn beast, and then you had Mario with all of this Yoshi riding and all that other crap, and it was just like the
Well, at least
best
they weren't
option.
copying each other. That was the other thing. They were all doing their own thing.
Yeah,
So
they had
I
their
mean,
own fucking identity for sure.
you played the consoles because they all had their own good shit. You were like, oh yeah, that was great. Oh yeah, it wasn't like there was third-party stuff, and actually there was a lot of difference between it. If you remember, like Aladdin, the two different Aladdins, you're like, what the fuck? Totally different games.
Not even the same game at all. It's Power Rangers games that weren't even the same fucking game. I was like, dude, what the fuck? It was weird.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, with what they showed in the Game Awards, with what they've announced right now, I really do hope a true to form for Sega, because if any company really deserves a W in their pocket, it is Sega. I know they have all Atlas and they're bringing home like awards and stuff for their Personas and all those games and stuff, but all of their other games definitely need. They have a rich back catalog, and I am very excited to see the next iterations of these games. And yeah, so there we go. Anyone else have anything to say about this topic?
No, Your Honor.
Nay.
No.
All right, so let's go to the next topic, which is Xbox centric. So let's go ahead and go to the smaller of the two ones.
Shut up, you pony.
Exec. Former Sony exec. Yeah, I am a pony. I'm sorry to say that. Well, okay, so if Xbox fanboys are Xbox and PlayStation fanboys are ponies, what are Nintendo fanboys?
Nintendrones.
I've heard Nintendrones.
Nintendrones.
I thought they were just cunts.
Oh God, doesn't matter. The same shit happened to us. Didn't people leave fucking Xbox to go to PlayStation? All this shit. Who cares?
Yeah, I every time someone leaves, like, oh, it's the beginning of the end. The Titanic is sinking. This person,
like,
who I have no idea what they do, left. Like, who cares?
Like, they're in front of the building, like, fuck you, Sony. I'm working for Microsoft now. Like, no, dude. Like, it's just a fucking other position that's open, and they're gonna get more.
No, but the rumor is that Xbox has been courting her for years now, and she just like recently signed on the dotted line to work with Xbox.
Yeah, because they finally wrote the check the way she deserved it.
I'm like,
they wanted her so badly, obviously, because she's talented. So she was like, "Well, you guys want me, then."
If she put out a statement,
add some zeros after that, boy.
If she put a statement out really fancied up, but I'm just gonna say the ship's burning at PlayStation, I came over to Xbox, really fancy like that. I could maybe say there's something there, but exactly like, yeah, I'll offer a bigger salary. She moves shit like it's kind of natural in these, these streets. But
yeah, these people move around all the time. They don't stay at the same company for 40 fucking years. Like the Nintendo ones are the only ones that stay at that company for 40 fucking years. Everyone else move around.
Yeah.
They get better offers. They get better offers. They move around.
It's because of the blood
people
contract.
People be acting like these things are the fucking mob. Like these are 9 to 5 days for these people. They could give a fuck.
No, I think Nintendo's really Yakuza, honestly.
And look at her job. Her job is to lead Japanese partnerships. Okay, great. She left. There's PlayStation no longer.
Yeah, she's trying to be a plug.
In Japan, like PlayStation's not gonna have any problem selling shit in Japan with the Switch gone.
Yeah, like. Yeah, that's her position, forming relations in Japan.
Because they want more Xbox in Japan.
Yeah.
Well, that's I was going to say.
They're trying to make push in that region for sure.
Phil's been pushing that region for a couple of years, so this is a logical next step. I mean, yeah.
Well, she did say something.
And you're
on
right. They
Reddit.
probably wrote her the check. I mean, what the hell? Why not? You know.
What'd she say, Wize? What'd she say?
Well, she did say something to the effect that, you know.
She said, "Give me more money."
No, she said
Don't do
What?
that. Oh my.
Oh my lord.
She said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that as much as Xbox needs Japanese developers need Xbox because
Jesus.
the PlayStation platform hinders.
Which one?
growth.
The arrow one or the white
That's
one?
I see
Well,
that.
in the
So
sense
so
that
she
it is
didn't
more-
she didn't
Go
say
ahead, go ahead.
$5 love you a long time.
You guys are fucking assholes.
I do have a sound clip from.
I saw Xbox in Japan. What kind of money?
Shut up! Don't do that.
Actually, I got
You want French tip?
I got
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, guys, Wize is
I
trying
got a
to.
Wasted with Wize exclusive. I got a conversation
it.
that actually happened between this new lady and Phil Spencer. Here we go.
Okay.
I'm dead.
You fucking dick.
I knew it.
You fucking dick.
So that's why
Guys
you're
are
insisting on
fucking
finishing the
children.
article.
Hey, with
Yes, we are.
with two you get egg roll. With two you get egg roll. So you know.
So you got hand job. $2 get hand job with the offhand.
Oh, next topic.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm gonna try to. Oh no. I'm gonna try to be like Gerard and have my own little charity video. Like, weren't you on that Wasted with Wize?
I told you we're all getting fucked on this one. All of us, every one of us.
Look,
Well,
disclaimer, if you're watching me right now,
I did
somebody
not condone
clip this because this is on my
agree.
Twitch too. Clip it
Oh,
Clip it.
and say, I didn't know anything that was going to be said on this show while I'm on it, and my reactions are fucking genuine.
Good times, good times.
It is not a reflection of who I am as a person.
Oh my god.
You already know the
Really?
Streisand effect. Everything comes back.
Oh, well, this is true.
So like in my racist little heart, I'm not down with this.
So I'm gonna
What?
I'm gonna let it be known right now, being on this shit.
No, remember what I said about Nintendo people and cunts? And I was wrong. It was you.
Wow.
It was you, buddy.
You know, people were up in arms on Twitter. Like Xbox fans were like, "Oh my god, this is a W."
So Wize, we spoke about this before. When it comes to which part of the fan base you talk about, they'll jump on anything.
Oh,
So you
God,
know,
yes.
Sony was closed down because they had to do cleaning in the studio or some shit. Oh, what does this mean? What's happening at PlayStation?
The world is burning.
Is there a virus breakout? Like,
Yeah, I told you. There's news of people leaving these companies where you couldn't even, if you asked someone, what did they do at the company? They'd be like, I have no fucking idea. But they'll celebrate that they left and joined the company of the box that they prefer. It's like, you don't even know what the fuck that person does or what they did. You don't know anything about this. But
They were
because
the
they came from
associate
Team
janitor,
Green and
for
went to
Christ's
blue,
sake, guys.
it's a
Come
win.
on.
Or if they were Team Blue went to green, it's a win. Who gives a shit?
Green wins. Yeah, it's crazy
I mean,
shit. Man.
The thing that blows my mind is it's a fucking job for these guys, right? Like anyone's gonna take another job if the money is better. I mean, that goes without
course.
saying.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like.
Listen, nobody in these companies or in the corporate world has any type of what do you call it? Like they don't care about staying in one place. They care about going where the money is. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, and hello, like it'll be beneficial
And I
for
don't blame
her
them.
too. It'll be beneficial for her too because if she's successful in her fucking role and gets Xbox all up in Japan and then those numbers start going up with Xbox players being out of fucking US, then she's gonna
you
be
get more Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I
I can finally fucking probably play that
and
shit.
if she's successful, then fuck yeah, because no one really has been able to push that shit in Japan as of yet. If she
Because I
can make
can't
it
sit here
happen,
and afford to have two
she's
fucking
gonna get her fucking
consoles.
stars.
Yeah. Well,
So let me play that shit.
well, this brings up an important an interesting topic, and it's actually going to lead us into our next topic, because you guys were talking about people are complaining about all this shit, right? With PlayStation fans especially complaining. There was a tweet made by Post Up, and I hate to call out another YouTuber, but yeah, well, or another.
That's how you get
a colleague.
that's how you get the clicks and views.
Man,
So you get the views,
he ain't
buddy.
sitting
So
on
you
the,
get the
he ain't
views.
sitting on the panel.
Call that
so
bitch out. Do it, man.
I love that meme.
He made an interesting topic. Actually, I agree with his tweet. Right? He said Post Up said Connie Booth fired and team walks out. Multiple layoffs across the studio. PSVR 2 no longer a priority. Jim Ryan retired in a white tee. 6 of the 12 games on the service canceled.
Wait, sis.
A white tee with a spaghetti sauce stain on it.
That's how you know. Oh my gosh.
That's fucking
When the
Factions
white
2
tee
I'm
got
not
me.
done yet.
God damn
Factions
it.
2
Yeah,
canceled. No
fucking-
first-party roadmap. First-party studios incapable of diversifying their content.
Hey,
$200
hey,
handheld
hey,
sold
hey,
to
hey,
increase.
hey,
Well, this is what he's saying. I'm just
it's
quoting
fine,
what
ain't
he's
the
saying
same.
now.
They all have bow and
$200
arrows.
sold
No, I'm
to
joking.
increase engagement on a system that should be leading in engagement.
It's the top
PSN
selling
price increase
console.
is
What?
the highest.
Why is the Switch?
PSN price increase the highest tier.
The Switch is not real. It's a fantasy of our imagination.
God damn. I just love during that whole case. Like the Switch isn't a competitive platform. What are you talking about? The Switch
Nah, it doesn't make money. No, it loses money. It's all it does.
It's in its own
You
little
got
corner.
all this shit going on in Team PlayStation, and they're worried about whether Blade is an exclusive or not. So I'm like, you know what?
That's important shit,
My
bro.
Switch is real,
Oh my God.
damn it.
My Switch is real. I don't believe it.
It's real to me, guys.
I have 4 of them, and I don't even trust them.
FTC says it's not real, so it's not.
I play when I play on my Switch. It's when I'm in. Listen, when I want to play on my Switch, it's because I'm in the mood to like literally
Play on
be
a tiny screen.
isolated from every form of human contact and just play fucking.
Well, you know, the problem with Cells is that she, with her boyfriend, she's used to seeing things all big and all, so she wants to go and.
Here he goes. It's my turn. Before you wanted to start saying shit to Cozy when she was eating sausage. Now it's me. It's my turn, right? Yeah, I like seeing big things up close, especially my boyfriends.
They're
Wrap
all
it
big
up.
ones up. They're up close.
You did this.
Oh
one.
my God! Who said the little big ones up?
he
Oh
had to
my
pause the
Lord.
game and
He's like, hold on, what?
Just said, like, hold on.
I think that was a dick joke. I think.
I will say, like, I cannot word this properly without trying to feed some console word.
I love you, Wize.
I don't want to be a doomsayer. It's doomsayer shit. I don't want to say a doomsayer or anything like that, but it has been some misses on the PlayStation side. And as I said, when I look at the Naughty Dog situation specifically on how, and I know it's nuanced and everything like that, but this is how some people have, like, oh yeah, I'm happy Naughty Dog's going back to what they do, their strengths. We're missing out factions, whatever. And then Halo's like, yeah, so we're putting a single player out and we'll get the multiplayer co-op and stuff running later. Like, how dare you? This is the end of the world. Like, guys, we're A-okay with The Last of Us 2 shipping with no multiplayer at full price, and now that factions are canceled, it don't matter. We're cool. We'll move forward. But fucking Halo got dragged across the coals and shit. But I don't know. It's
Continuously getting dragged.
It's fine.
And no,
Yeah,
don't forget about the shit show that was a Starfield. You know, when Starfield.
Oh yeah,
Forget about all
Starfield's
that.
it's the end of the world for Starfield because the player count's in trouble or some shit. I'm just like, what are y'all?
Yeah, but
What
if
are
it
you
was a
guys
full-price
saying right
game, then
now?
Nobody would have bought it.
It's yeah. So again, I'm not in the wheelhouse with them working on things and things of that nature and what's in the lineup, but as he layered out, it's like aside from the Jim Ryan and the t-shirt part and the PlayStation leading engagement, I'm just like, I'm sure there's some conversation to be had. I'm like, oh no, stop, please stop. No, so I'm sure there's some conversation.
No, Grandpa.
Stop.
Right?
But that's I'm sure there's some conversation to be had, but that's about it. It's just the responses has kind of been
Settle down.
kind of interesting. That's all I can say. So that's just me.
Dude,
No
I've not
shooting.
heard from you in stages, man. What's going on? Like, you have nothing to say about all this shit.
You mean Loke 2.0?
Dude fell asleep.
Loke's playing fucking games, bro.
Yeah, Doug, what about you? You have nothing to add on to this shit, man.
He's doing important things,
Playing
buddy.
games,
Important things.
Sorry, what's the topic
games,
again?
Wow.
I was just
Wow.
hearing dick jokes. I was hearing dick jokes.
That's all he heard.
That's all for your attention.
Somebody say dick?
Yes, his ears
That's
are
all I
fine
needed.
tuned towards
Right?
Sorry.
All the words spoken, he heard penis, and his ears just peeked up.
What?
Talking about dicks.
What?
Someone sounds like Scooby. Who sounds like Scooby?
This really, I
Alright,
really texted an
alright.
old friend of mine, and he
Wise,
just really
Let's
said,
focus. What's the topic? What's
The
the topic?
topic was okay. So we're transitioning from the hire for Xbox from Sony, the Japanese lady they had they're an Xbox. Now we're moving
Okay.
to the Blade
and
controversy.
what was her role?
And we're talking about post
What was her role?
tweet.
Yeah, just
PlayStation has
emphasis
all
on.
this shit to worry about.
Her new
and the
employer.
Game Boys are
Wait.
worried
How do you know
about
she's
it.
Japanese, bro?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
Yo,
God,
next
Wise,
topic.
Why is your volume so low? Wise?
Move on, yo.
Why-
Next.
Why is your volume so
Why
low?
is just making assumptions up here?
We're
Turn
like
your mic up.
next.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turn your mic up, Wise.
Okay.
Everyone
Alright,
else is
look.
louder than you, bro.
Look,
Yeah,
look,
come on,
look.
Wise. Bring it up.
Yeah, you have to be the loudest one in the room.
Okay. is
Yeah,
that
come
better?
on. Shout us down,
Alright,
buddy.
so-
No,
alright.
Wise. you
I know
you-
I'm loud, but I got your back.
Okay,
So
so
just
do you
to-
have anything to say about this bullshit about like okay, PlayStation has all this shit to worry about, but they're worried about whether Blade is exclusive to their
I don't
is
give-
it exclusive to Xbox?
PlayStation or PlayStation fans?
PlayStation fans.
Oh, I think it's relevant.
Like
It's
I'm on the
relevant
same fucking
because
boat as
the
you.
PlayStation fans
I want to
only
buy a
care
PlayStation,
about
but I can't
actual
fucking afford it.
content.
I want to play
They
games.
only care about content. So what's the point worrying about executives, right? So for me, I'm with the PlayStation fans who are worried about is this game coming to PlayStation or not? Because we're here for the content, bro. We're not here for the execs moving house, moving countries or whatever.
Exactly.
We
Or switching
want to know
companies,
which
who
games are
cares?
coming to our platforms. That's
Switching
all.
that
Yeah.
blue shirt to a green shirt, you know.
Exactly.
It's not
Do you
important.
really?
How could they?
do you Did you hear that?
Stab me in the heart.
Stab me in the heart.
Don't let go.
No, but seriously,
Fuck that.
It wouldn't be such an
For real.
issue, Wise, if PlayStation wasn't so unwilling to share their roadmap with people. The thing is, people have no
Share
idea
the
what to
load?
look forward to.
Oh
So
my
all,
God.
all we have are the negative things to talk about. There is nothing else to talk about other than when these negative things happen.
Don't worry, I know which road PlayStation's on. It's a dead end.
We have
But
Wolverine.
everybody
Nordic
always does
Road.
that. Anything that's positive, everyone has to fucking throw bullshit at it. Like,
Shade, buddy.
You
Yeah.
can say they're bull spitting.
yeah, and don't you think that too? Especially people on Twitter, like people purposely do it too because they know they just want to fucking troll.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's good time. I
Never
tried to
change,
indulge in
Never
the trolling arts earlier in the week.
That shit is so fun. I troll all the
With
time.
the Blade coming to PlayStation, I made a post. That was I said this in the group chat. Like that was my most active, engaged post when it came
That
to
was-
making some type
that
of
was
troll. And I was like,
Actually, speaking of Blade, there is actually I thought I saw some
The concept art?
screenshots. Yeah, some concept arts for Blade, and it looked pretty darn good from what I saw.
And they were
Looks like an
fucking
arcane.
comparing that shit to factions. I saw that on Twitter too.
Yeah, I mean,
The thing is, we can't judge a game based on its concept art. That's not
Yeah, no
necessarily
shit.
what the game. And honestly, even if the game looked like that,
yeah.
I don't think the concept art looks
They were
bad.
already
People say, "Oh, it's not gory enough. It's not visceral." Mike, the teaser didn't show any type of combat or anything. How are you going to say the game is not going to have these elements when they
Like
haven't even
this.
shown us what the game is, bro?
I
Relax.
that?
honestly want the coloring to be that bold.
I mean,
It's only going a specific amount of frames.
no, I mean, I think
The game's gonna
actually-
suck.
Yes, agreed.
I actually replied to your tweet where you're talking about what people were complaining about Blade not being good. I said I think PlayStation fans are in that those stages of grief. You know, was it denial,
Yeah,
anger,
like how?
bargaining,
Yeah.
sadness,
This game not good. It's not out yet.
And the thing is that
And
no
then
matter
meanwhile,
if you
there's
don't like a fucking like no matter what game comes out, whether it sucks or it does, there's gonna be somebody that's gonna like it and it's gonna play it anyway. So what the
no,
fuck does it
but
matter?
speaking of Sifu, which is what Woke's playing, there's that clip I shared on Twitter. It's Sifu, but it's got a skin where you're playing as Blade, and it's the like couple seconds right before you enter the fucking nightclub in the first level, and it's like, dude, if they released that and said this is the game, nobody would fucking complain. It looks awesome and it's super stylized. So all these people bitching, they can go fuck off.
Well,
Hell yeah.
It's interesting that all this shit has come around to all this situation. I mean, it's like
They can go fuck themselves. No, I'm kidding.
Does anyone in the chat or on this panel believe that Blade is going to be multi-platform for PlayStation and Xbox? How
Huh?
many people
Hell
actually
no.
believe that
I
Blade is going not?
I
it's
don't
not gonna be
think it
exclusive?
will, but honestly, I don't know because Xbox won't just fucking flat out say, and when people ask, they won't fucking answer. Like, just fucking say on
What do you think?
Xbox,
I think they
not
don't
on
need
anything
to.
else. No, they don't. But when there's
Why,
ambiguity and people are like, we don't know, can you specify? And Xbox is like, yeah, no, we don't think we
The
will.
only people this is a problem for are people that don't have a PC or Xbox.
That is true, technically.
So
like,
they don't
even though
need
it's
to.
on the Xbox, so it really doesn't
We
matter.
know
at
it's
the end
coming
of
to
the day.
Xbox. Everyone else, it's not there. It's not like necessarily that
You're not gonna miss
Here,
it if you're on Xbox and PC.
I got a thing. Who fucking cares?
I do. How
People
bro, you don't
people that don't have
understand.
Xbox.
At the end
That's
of
all
the
I get.
year,
So
listen,
the fuck
At
what?
the end of the year, I need to have my whiteboard that says Xbox and PlayStation. I have to put a tally mark to
And if I
represent
want
each
to,
exclusive.
yeah,
Okay.
and if I want to play Spider-Man, I got to buy a fucking PS5. Jesus Christ, who fucking cares?
or you
I
can-
care
In a perfect world,
because
we
I
would
want
take-
that shit.
In a perfect world, you could play Breath of the Wild on an
Anything-
Xbox or a PC
right,
too.
can
You
play
know, well, you
anything
actually can play it on a
anything,
PC.
but-
Pretty
but-
good too.
So that's why a lot of people are getting PCs because it's more options.
But
Yeah,
I did
but-
say something. I did tweet out something yesterday that people sort of rubbed people the wrong way. I said that this game, when it does come out, it is inevitably going to be compared to the pedigree set forth by Insomniac with both Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. And people were like, "Well, you can't compare the games; they're different games altogether." No,
No. It's a
No,
third-person
Spider-Man got compared to
action adventure.
Arkham,
Okay.
and anything after is going to be compared to both of them. Wolverine's going to be
rightfully so.
compared to Spider-Man and Arkham. Like,
Right.
that's what's going to happen, dude.
That's just by nature, natural, right? That's
Yeah.
normal
Yes.
human nature.
And it's a
Yes.
third-person action game, so you could compare it to some extent.
And it's specifically a comic superhero game. It's going to be compared to the other comic superhero games.
And so why is that a bad thing? I mean, that sort of arcane croissant, as we say, does have
Arcane croissant.
big shoes to fill. Big shoes to fill. I mean, if they're going to try to make a Marvel game at the same pedigree as even the base Spider-Man, that is a tall order. And I mean, if anyone can do it, it would be Arcane, because I think Blade sort of lends itself well to the games that they've made in the past, whether it's Dishonored 2. And do I think they can do it? Yes, but still, they're gonna have to compete. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's what they're gonna have to do. I mean, and if it is not to that pedigree, get used to the shit show. I mean, that's what's gonna happen.
Here's
So-
the thing: if Blade came out and was labeled 10 out of 10 masterpiece, the highest rated game on Metacritic, people don't see how it compares to Spider-Man. But if it came out being poor, then people would say, "Oh, you can't compare the two because reasons." So people are going to compare, and rightfully so.
Opinions are like assholes.
It's funny. They said the developer said, "Let us cook," and I'm like,
Let 'em
tweeted
cook.
out, I said, "Yeah, that's what I told the cops, but they arrested me anyway."
What is your problem?
Oh my gosh, that's
So,
good.
Anyone think that the comparison to Spider-Man, when this game eventually does come out, whether it's exclusive or not, is unwarranted?
I think for me personally, it's kind of mechanically.
Mhm.
That's why I was confused by the Arkham one.
But at least you could compare the Arkham combat with Spider-Man. Though Spider-Man is way more faster paced
Acrobatic,
ish.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can still definitely compare, especially you compare how they bring the lore into the worlds and stuff like that. And aside from the visuals, which, depending on when it comes out, different times in the generation, but there's a lot of areas you can compare it to. So yeah, it's fine. It's just, what are you going into with that comparison? You're trying to have an honest comparison. It's not just some console war bullshit that people tend to do.
Exclusive. It's going to be console war bullshit. We know that that's what's going to happen. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Everything these days is console war bullshit. Name one news topic that happens in gaming that is not console war bullshit.
Well, that's because all these publications, they make their money from their goddamn clicks, and it's negative articles or articles that they know are going to rage bait. That's what's going to get the fucking clicks. There half the time we see an article where you look at the headline, and the headline is, nefarious or sounds like all this terrible shit's happening. Then you read the article and like, oh, there's nothing like what the headline sounded like, but the headline got the goddamn
unsubscribe from Xbox.
People are always like, you didn't read past the clickbait article. I'm like, I shouldn't have to read the damn article just to make sure the clickbait isn't, clickbait, like, it's trash. I ain't about to waste my time reading the article. That's just me.
That's why fucking community notes are the best.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Well, when they don't get abused, because they get abused too. So.
Yeah. With that,
because I'll see that, I'm like, oh, never mind.
Praxis, I've not heard from you in a while. What do you have to say about this? Do you think the comparison to Spider-Man when Blade does come out is warranted, or do you not think it's warranted? And by the way, you're on mute. And I think you may have
Bust nuts and Miss Maximus.
Yeah, you muted yourself, man.
So let me go.
Dude, it's been like that for weeks, bro.
Cerebral, what do you think? Do you think the comparison is warranted or what?
No.
Care to elaborate?
Do you want more than that?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. And with
everything that was already said. There you go. I really no. I don't like always comparing, unless they're by the same publisher and stuff. And even then, they're allowed to go outside of their quote comfort zone and do something different. I mean, it's just
good job at. No,
but just different isn't necessarily bad. Like Blade can still be different, but because it's a third-person comic book, it's going to be compared to Arkham and Spider-Man, just like Wolverine's going to. Even if it's different, it's going to be compared because they're in the same.
Right,
the same
but I get that. But like we know, Blade's not going to be web slinging across the city. Okay,
No.
Wolverine is more in common with Blade because they're going to be slicey.
Again, like it's what you're comparing them on, and as people said before, when it comes to Batman versus Spider-Man, how do you bring about the world and really make it? It makes you feel like Spider-Man. It really makes you feel like Blade.
And Batman and Spider-Man are actually more comparable because Spider-Man swings across the city. Well, guess what? Kind of so does Batman.
Well, no, he drives.
Batman and Arkham Asylum didn't really do any swinging across the city though. And that game was still
but I'm just saying. But he did have that kind of traversal for some stuff.
Yeah, but I'm like, you can run down the street and Blade, and
Blade, they're gonna probably give Blade a black. They're probably gonna give Blade a black sedan or something, and he's gonna drive around the city. Either that, or he's gonna be taking buses across New York. I don't know.
But
whatever.
Do you think it's gonna be semi-open world, or do you think it's gonna be more like a linear experience?
For the case of Blade, I hope it's semi-open, at least semi-open world.
See, I would almost prefer to be linear because Blade is not known for, Spider-Man can swing across everything. A Batman can glide. Blade doesn't. He's going to have him drive his car. Right. I mean, I guess you could, but...
I was going to say, if they go linear, it's got to be in the realm of like the original Arkham Asylum.
Yes.
Which was very linear. And it had a great... And it told a great story, and it told that's just the story has to be solid if you're going to go that route. Story has to be solid if you're going to go that route.
That would be my personal desire for it to be like that. I think Wolverine should be like that too. I don't think Wolverine would work well as a semi-open world game because he doesn't fucking swing, he doesn't glide, he's just a dude that rides motorcycles. And even though Blade's known for having a charger, I think that it would be better if it was a more linear experience where you have these open areas where you can get into combat and do cool shit.
Well, and that's I didn't play much of Dishonored 2, but at least with Dishonored, it was open environment, especially on how you go about completing the missions. So they have not some, they have a lot of experience with semi-open-ish environments, open worlds, and
I would say only semi though, because it really
So
wasn't open. It was really linear, but the areas you were in were somewhat wide.
Yeah,
you knew you had to go forward, but it gave you some side
it gave you multiple routes, of how to get from point A to point B, and then you chose.
So that's where the comparisons to really draw from is how they handle Dishonored and even Deathloop. Yeah, that's the same team that's doing this one. Yeah,
well,
so
this is what is kind of concerning to me, right? Like if you look at it, Naughty Dog, when they released Spider-Man wasn't a new. It was a new IP, but it wasn't a new gameplay mechanic for Insomniac because they had that for Sunset Overdrive, and they had a similar mechanic for their Infamous series as well. So it was just
Infamous is Sucker Punch.
I'm sorry, Sucker Punch. Right?
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank. So they had all that crap. They had the movement.
God
they had all the. And so they were able to refine the gameplay loop for Spider-Man, which is very analogous to Sunset Overdrive and all that other stuff, right? But Blade, this is. They said it was a third person over the shoulder, blah, 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 whatever. They've not.
It's okay. They're going to bring in Baby Blade that you're going to have to babysit the whole time.
As I love to repeat, it's going to be a third person over the shoulder action adventure, story focused narrative set that simulator Blade. There we go.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that like for Leon, or for Croissant, this is a new.
Awful
environment, One thing that can do it, I have no reason to believe they can't, but at the same time,
I always hate the mentality of people saying, "Oh, they've never done this before, so they can't do it." It's like they're all developers. Just because they've made this one style doesn't mean they can't do something else.
They can't make anything else. They don't know what they're doing.
Like I said, the big thing with Blade, it's gonna have to have a really good story. I think to succeed, it's gonna have to have a hell of a story. And they have
the narrative driven for sure.
They have great material. That's whether they choose to use it or not, and how they choose to use it is what's going to come into play.
Man, I hope Ryan Reynolds.
The good thing about these games is that Marvel actually sits down and works with them, just like they did with Spider-Man. Like Marvel was sitting and working with them to develop this game, so it's not like they don't have a breadth of knowledge to fucking sit there and say, okay, what should we tell as a story? What should the story be? Marvel's sitting there next to them saying, we do this.
I mean, worst case comes to worst for a traversal, all of a sudden Blade's going to be able to turn into a bat. I don't know,
What? Don't ruin it already.
But see, Marvel will give them the bullet points of the story behind it. But the gameplay loop is all Leon or Croissant, So that's them, And they got to make sure that it's as fluid and as well polished as Spider-Man is.
See what Leon needs to do, and I do agree with Carl here. What Leon needs to do in the lead is they need to bring on a consultant who actually works on the Spider-Man
all of
side
our
of things.
Subscribers right now.
Yeah. What they need to do is actually bring on a consultant from Marvel. Pay one of the authors who works on the Spider-Man or the Blade series and say, hey, have him help you write the story, have him help you plot out what they should do. Use him as a consultant. That way you have somebody who actually knows about the
guy,
character.
Paul, that was with him when he announced the game at the Game Awards. That guy is from Marvel. He also worked with Insomniac on the Spider-Man games. He's the guy.
Right, but remember though, not everybody from Marvel is necessarily a Blade fan or understands the character or the
you got actual fan.
Or even somebody, because Jack Kirby wrote for a lot of books too, but there's also a lot of books he didn't write for. So you wouldn't necessarily want to bring him in for the books he didn't write for.
Oh yeah, Jack Kirby writing Blade.
Well,
I think the one benefit I think that Blade does have is that with Spider-Man, it's such a known thing. Everyone knows the characters, knows the villains. With Blade, nobody really knows a whole lot of Blade. We know that he's a day-walking vampire, but outside that, me personally, I don't know anything else. Daywalker.
Oh, I thought you said gay walker.
No, that's a day-walking vampire.
That's a different level of the game.
he-
You got to get
he-
there.
Yeah,
He
he's
skipped
walking
from fight.
assless chaps
He
and a
skipped
butt
from
plug.
fight to fight. He skipped from fight to fight.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's where they're staying.
You know, I gotta continue playing it, but and I'm blanking. Sorry, Midnight Suns is the most recent games that I played with Blade in there and present. So I'm curious on how people took the way he's presented and portrayed in that game, and how they would like him to be portrayed in the upcoming game from Arcane. So, but I gotta play more of
I don't think it'll be similar at all. Spider-Man's not anything like Spider-Man in the games.
This is a golden opportunity for Xbox to make like a MCU type universe in their ecosystem with Midnight Suns. I hope they have Easter eggs in there for Midnight Suns, and maybe they may even have a cameo with Ghost Rider or something like that. That would be
Why would they though?
I want Captain.
It just ruined the plan of like Xbox was going to be like the DC box, and then PlayStation going to be the Marvel box, and God, all you had to do was follow the plan, guys. We rehearsed this. Come on, but
Warner Brothers is hurting for money. You're gonna go acquire somebody, fucking acquire them. You would have gotten the Harry Potter license, bro.
No, you wouldn't have gotten any license. That's the problem.
The one thing I do like the fact that it will be basically a Bethesda studio overseeing it, because I think they will let it cook more. It won't be pushed out and rushed out.
Cook it.
No. Yeah, so it's what we got: Black Panther, Iron Man, Blade, and then we got Wolverine, Captain America. Like Marvel's out there dishing out the property. So, and I think on DC we got Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman. I think that's pretty much it.
Well, they gotta do.
I'm more sitting at Wonder
their
Woman.
Movies ain't doing shit for them right now, so they gotta do something.
Oh no!
For who? DC or Marvel?
Marvel right now.
Oh well. Disney has specifically said that they want to make a larger push into the gaming space, because right now they're honestly not doing shit in the gaming space, and there's so much money to be tapped here, and Disney's not really tapping into any of it. So they said they want to make a larger push into the gaming sphere. So
I would love them to make like a 3D or semi 2.5D remake of either Aladdin or The Lion King from back of the NES. The SNES Sega Genesis days. Yeah, that would be
fuck that Lion King game. Jumping on the goddamn trees, or that Aladdin game. Fucking that one level with the flying carpet with the lava.
That Aladdin game can kiss my ass. No.
Oh no, that was the best.
No, I would like a full-on remake of Castles of Illusions, though.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. That was actually a really good one. So, yeah, yes. All right,
Disney has all these properties. They can do some shit with it. It's just where do they go?
It's true.
Where do we go now?
So we are at 8:45, and we got about 10-15 minutes left. So let's go ahead and start our outros, and then I'll talk about why I named this 19 Part 2. So let me go ahead and start with Praxis. Tell us where we can find you, sir.
Oh, you can find me at Twitter at Praxis Darth, and then if I show up on Xbox, you're fucking lucky. Other than that, I don't know. I'm good. I'm good.
You can find him every Friday here, I think.
Oh, there's that too. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, throw that in there. Thanks.
All right. Good. Thank you.
When he's not going to the hospital because he likes the food, that's.
Yeah. Oh, the food is so good at hospitals.
When he's not a fucking POW.
And that's where you go. That's where you go for rest. Whenever they go get rest, and you're like, okay, that'll work.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fucking rest there. just ignore the bleeding. Fuck.
Yeah, one thing I don't understand about
the bleeding and the waking you up every 20 minutes to make sure you're alive.
And then bleeding you every 20 minutes too. Yeah, good times.
So in college, I had a job as an orderly in one of these wards, and the heart patient ward. And every morning, everybody that was on the heart patient ward would get eggs, bacon, and grits for breakfast. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all thinking here?
The heart ward? They're trying to get more customers.
What they're thinking is, hey, these guys got good insurance. Fuck it.
Test subjects. Hey, let's see how quick we can stop a fucking heart. Let's do it.
Exactly. He's like, hey, we can't leave him here. We can't let him leave cured. We got to give him something to come back with. We need a revolving door. You know, we need a repeat
Hey,
customer.
and I hate to do this, but I am
The
gonna
last staff meeting is make repeat customers.
Yes, I'm gonna have to bag out now. I apologize. Thank you everybody for bringing me back. I'll be here next week for sure. I will.
Yes.
I promise.
Talk to you soon, dog.
You sound
He's
so
got to go
excited.
pee or something. He's got to go pee or something.
No,
like
no,
right
Mama.
now,
Mama
yeah.
got home and needed to talk, so I must go.
Oh, you're in trouble.
I'm having that talk. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Getting called to the principal's office. Yeah.
How many
Well,
Fortnite
yesterday
skins
was-
did you buy this time.
Yesterday was our anniversary, so you know. it's to hang
Uh-oh.
out or something.
The mama's busting out the ball gag.
Possibly, but we don't know that yet.
Just make
I
sure
can
you
always hope.
practice your safe word over and over again, because when you have that gimp suit on, it's hard to say anything. That's all I'm saying.
She doesn't hear me. I don't understand why. Have a good one.
It doesn't sound like
Bye.
watermelon, cocksucker.
Tater.
Cerebral, tell us where we can find you, sir.
I don't know. Fuck it. I mean, by the way, the whiskey goes really good with coffee, just so you know. It works out.
How was it?
Oh,
Was it
you know what
smooth?
I'm drinking?
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I'm drinking a cold brew with this beer. My friend told me it's so good.
Double
And this
dog.
is 12%.
Oh, wow. What's the name
Ooh.
on that beer?
It's double dog.
It looks like it tastes like booty hole.
But it tastes yeah, they usually do, but this
Well,
is
if
it
it's
tastes like
14%,
coffee.
You
who gives a
mix
fuck
with
what
a
it
cold
tastes
brew
like?
and
So
Oh,
when
that's
I
that.
I
That's that.
I'm like this.
Coffee.
Chase
That
it with
coffee
coffee.
flavored beer. Oh, you're drinking it with beer and coffee. That's an interesting mix.
No, because
You know
it
what's
tastes
really
like
good?
coffee.
Oh,
beer
okay.
and Capri Sun.
Oh, okay,
Beer
I love
and
that.
Okay, well, you can find me puking.
I love Capri Sun. I put it in the freezer too, and then you cut it open, and it's like an icy.
All right, well, Cerebral, finish up. Where can we find you and all that?
You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, now known as Elon's little playground, little asshole. And at Cerebral Paul 1, you can find me on Twitch at Cerebral Paul. You can find me on Tuesdays on Twitch on the Xbox Ambassador channel doing gaming differently with Cerebral Paul. And you can find me Mondays and Thursdays on 4GQ TV for Pop-Up Powerbomb Wrestling and for 4GQ TV. And then you can find me here on Fridays and Saturday and Sunday. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. And next Monday is my birthday, so there you go. Yeah. So,
Oh, next Monday.
Man,
or this coming up Monday on the 18th.
Oh, they said it. I
so-
thought it was today.
No, so
That's
it's
crazy.
it's me, Jesus, and then New Year's. Okay, so you know.
Oh, I will never forget your birthday.
You and Jesus Cristo.
Well, my dad's birthday is the day after Christmas. This is just a lot of people.
Oh, on
in
Boxing
this
Day, and Boxing Day for the Canadians and the English people who know what that is.
Yeah, we
Mine's
barely have
Halloween.
What
any-
is
That's my
Boxing
birthday.
We
Day?
have any Canadians,
It's the
so
26th. It's my birthday.
Yeah.
It's your birthday too. Do you see what I'm saying?
Are you
So
serious?
Luke had it worse than me as far as like fighting for time from that Jesus guy, Mister.
Yeah.
I'm here to save the world. Blah blah blah.
Hey,
God,
I'll be
dude.
Oh,
serious.
Let me have my time.
Taking
Yeah.
water and
I
something
rose
on.
from the dead. Give
Let me
a
have my
attention,
moment.
asshole.
Yeah.
All right, next, Cells. Tell us where we can find you.
You can find me
in the club, bottle full
in
of.
the
I'm sorry, I
club.
was-
Bottle full of buck. I got what you need.
I'm sorry. Every time I hear that phrase, I
Now
gotta
you see
gotta
what
put that in there.
can
And
of worms you
Jamaican
opened
love, so
up?
come give me a hug. Yeah.
Cells. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I was singing in the club.
Yeah, I know. For real, where can they find you?
Oh Lord, they can find me in any fucking social media probably if they just type it hashtag
Okay,
hi I'm
so-
Cells.
Hi, I'm Cells on OnlyFans. Check it out.
Absolutely
What?
not.
At farmersonly.com.
Farmersonly.com. SugarDaddyPlease.com.
Aren't you on Seeking as well? I thought I saw your profile on Seeking.
I don't know.
And-
There's so many apps. Like, who knows? No, I'm kidding. Absolutely no. I don't even know what that app is.
Wasn't Boogie 2988 one of your sugar daddies or something?
No, not at all. I have to remember.
He's a sugar diabetic. Difference.
Yeah, I probably had to stab insulin.
Mhm.
So you can also find her here every Friday as well. Thank you for mentioning that, Cells, as well. Thanks.
Absolutely, guys.
Yeah, way to plug the show, Cells.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Alvaro, on the first kill in Warzone, man. You did it, bro.
Hell yeah! Fuck yeah! Isn't it the best feeling in the world to win your first Warzone?
He didn't win. He
I
said
was
his
so
first
happy.
kill.
He
That's
got
all
a
he
kill.
You gotta celebrate.
Look, I saw my first booby today.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
All I know.
I didn't brag about my first kill because
Maybe he meant his Warzone victory.
I hid the evidence as well as I could. You know, it's like, you know, if they find it, they find it. Whatever. You know.
It's whatever.
That's why you gotta eat your kill.
I've only won Warzone 43 times.
There's
No,
Eat what you
44.
kill, Paul.
You don't,
Eat
there's
what you
two
kill.
things you don't brag about: your first kill and your first fuck. I'm sorry. to
That's
say
right.
it.
Yeah.
Because both of them
I
are kind of
don't.
messy.
Well, I don't remember my first kill.
That's true.
Your first fuck.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Alvaro.
Oh, your
Yeah.
Not remembering your first kill is good. That's called plausible deniability. That's
first
good.
love.
What?
Who doesn't remember their first fuck?
I do, because there was a whole lot of mops involved.
Wow. All right. All right. Let's end the show. Wrap it up.
Super
Just
Toast.
smell like chloroform.
What?
For me? Find me occasionally on YouTube at Supernova Gaming. PSN is Supernova Gaming. Xbox is Real Supernova. I'm on Twitter at Gaming Supernova. Occasionally when Thrash does a roundtable podcast, I do that. And then I'm here every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern because somebody here has to make sure we don't get monetized. Might as well be me.
I respect that.
Oh boy.
Myself, by the way, for that, but oh well.
Monetization out the window, my brother.
Cozy, tell us where we can find you.
You can find me everywhere you find Cozy Belugas.
Where can we find Cozy Beluga?
Every time they know you're right.
Up my butt. Wow, how did you know it could fit?
What?
You seem like the type into anal beads.
Hey, you know what?
It's like, I mean, it is like anal beads, but you know, it's like kind of like, you know, when you gauge your ears, it's like that, you know, you keep increasing the size.
I'm an equal opportunity lover. I make space for everybody or everything. So there you go.
Oh
Still
yeah,
a traffic
when you
cone from
stretch
school
your
for him to sit
ears,
on.
they're called tapers. So you just keep getting a different taper, but use it in your butt.
All right. Walk into look. Tell us where we can find you.
You did this.
You can find me on TSWS Gaming on Tuesdays and Fridays. Oh, and Sundays as well. I now do a weird thing where I just do speak to myself.
Damn, you're a busy man, Loke.
TSWS. Yeah.
Listen, man,
That's
he's
pretty
come
much where you
fooling
can
the
find
shit out
me.
of people right now.
No,
You don't
there's
understand.
one more place
Dude,
where you can find
I
you.
am
There's
struggling with this one chick. She loves just attacking my upper body, and then suddenly she's sweeping my legs off my off the ground.
She wants you
Oh
on the
man, she
ground,
sounds
dude.
like
most of the
Wait,
time
are we
when
talking
women
about a
want you
video
on the
game or in
ground-
real life?
Yeah, I was like,
confused here.
some people
Oh my
think that.
God.
She's sweeping you off your feet. Are you in love,
that
Loke?
sounds a little.
Y'all are messy. Y'all are messy. Seriously.
That's what I've been saying. Like,
Love, where
You're
else
in
can-
love.
You didn't mention the other place where they can find you.
Oh, you can find me here as well every Friday, especially like I'll be on time when we don't go
Yeah.
overboard
Yeah,
on the other
right.
side.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
Sure,
Yeah.
that never happened. That
Yeah.
never happens.
It has happened once, Wize. That's
Once,
proof that it
once.
can happen again. All right.
All right, I'll
No
take
matter
your
what,
word
you
for it.
make it. Better
Yeah.
late than never.
Just don't blame me for holding my not holding my
Jeez.
breath. So,
That is so passive aggressive.
Triple, tell us where we can find you, sir.
yeah, you can find me here every Friday, I think, and Twitch,
think?
and I think I'm not entirely sure, you know, but Twitch
Against
and
his will. No, I'm
Twitter,
kidding.
whenever I put content out, I don't know what I'll put content out, you know, and making the occasional troll post. I won't be doing that again. that was
That
fun
was
for the
funny.
moment.
Do it again.
No, do it again. Yeah.
Do it again.
I had to go to the dark side that one
Like
time, and I was
meme,
like,
do it
huh.
again.
Oh,
Do it. That was worth it.
Yeah. So
send out a tweet. He's like,
I know. The thing is, I didn't notice it was you at first.
I gotta get Twitter blue now. Think of all the revenue I missed out, man. Damn. No. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
All right. And okay, so before we end the show, let's talk about next show. The next show is going to be our Christmas show, and it's going to be our 20th show, and we are going to have guests, or a guest definitely confirmed, Lord Attic from the Iron Lords podcast, and possibly King David if his schedule works out. Yep. So he will be a guest on our 20th show. Plus, I will be giving away 3 gift cards, and of $10 each to anybody in the chat or anyone willing to sign up to subscribe or whatever. And you tell me what platform you want it on, and we will do that, and it will be our Christmas gift to you from us.
Do you hear that, guys? Salvador, you hear that? Luis, you hear that? In the chat, I see you.
What? Oh yeah. I nominate Alvador as our winner for the gift cards. You know.
So yeah, we're going to be giving away 3 gifts for Christmas in honor of Christmas, and yeah, so it's going to be a pretty big show. So make sure you tune on in. That's why I wanted to make our 20th show, our 20th anniversary, if you will, a monumental day. So therefore, that's why I made this part 2. So that is our show for tonight. Anyway, so you can find me, Wise Old Gamer with a Z, on PlayStation, Xbox, and Twitter. Please do not follow me on Twitter if you do not want to be offended. If you are the type of individual that gets really hurt in your feelings very quickly, I will offend you.
Keep your snowflake asses at home.
Somebody's like, I smell a potential lawsuit cooking somehow, some way. I'm gonna get it to work. I don't know. This is America. I can sue for anything. I don't know.
Yeah, for real, that's why I said my disclaimer before. I'm not fucking around.
Well, anyways, that is our show for tonight. So remember, you can be anywhere, but you've not been anywhere until you've first been wasted with Wize. Y'all have a nice night. And
we were under the influence. Oh, cheers.
We need to change our name from the 420 Boys to the Trace Boys or something like that. Or
the Trace Boys. Yeah, I don't smoke. That's why I was always like 420 boy. I don't smoke, man. I did it like one time.
Anything, you should just say me, the 420 girl, and the 420 girl, because I do.
The Bourbon Boys.
Bourbon Boys.
The Fireballs.
The white tea.
The Fireballs.
The Fireballs does not sound like.
No, as long as we're not the White Claws.
That's what makes it funnier.
You want to be the Zeman still?
The croissant.
Peppery ass balls.
The Zima Zoo. Yeah,
cinnamon
ass. We're smearing off ices, guys.
What? Easy? Alright. End the show.
All right.
So yeah, have a good one and stay safe. There's some crazy shit out there. Oh, by the way, before we leave, one last thing. If y'all like this, the way this show is set up, they are bringing back Gaming After Dark for one night only on this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be the original cast with Mag, Noof, and Titan Drago, being the kings that they are in this podcasting arena. So make sure you tune them out. Tune them out.
Tune them out.
Tune them out.
That's called a Freudian slip, dude. That's what you meant to say.
Make sure you don't listen to
Freudian slap.
I'm telling Duke that you told everybody to not listen to the show.
If we get a marketing sponsorship, I will read the marketing because you gotta say that.
You lead us out. Tell them where to find that show. It's 8 p.m.
Oh no, you can tell it's not on my radar. This is all you. I'm just saying in the future. You got this one.
So yeah, make sure you tune into that show. It's Noof was the first person that actually offered me a spot on his podcast, and basically gave me the courage to be able to proceed forward on my own. So much love to Nuke, and yeah, I'll be tuning in, and yeah.
Fuck yeah, Nuke.
Yep.
Buenas noches.
Buenos nachos.
So anyhow, that's our show, guys.
Good
Have
night.
a great night. Play them if you got them, and yeah, stay safe.
Deuces.
Oh no, hold on for 20 more seconds.